won at Portman Road in the fourth round. Gavin Hoyt, former Arsenal man, one of the names I think general listeners may recognise in this Maidstone United squad. He is actually left out this evening. He is on the bench. And Rafe Brown, who is a left-footed centre-back, we believe is actually going to play at right back this evening. So that could be an avenue of attack for Coventry. Rhys Greenwich also comes into the back four because Paul Appiah, young Dutch defender on loan from Leicester, got himself sent off in a game against Aveley last week.
Yeah, he must be gutted, to be fair. I think Hoyt might have a slight injury because I see his knee is all strapped up, because I think his game experience, obviously playing in the Football League, would have helped them this evening. But listen, it's a great opportunity. But yeah, I feel gutted for them getting sent off. Don't make tackles like that. I'm still thinking about this FA Cup. I'm letting you go through. This is the big game. His time will come.
Maidstone United are in a team huddle. We're excited. The Maidstone United fans are excited. Lucas Covalan, the Brazilian goalkeeper, all in orange. Back four, Rafe Brown, Rhys Greenwich, George Fowler, and Harry Cipriano is back tonight at left back. That is really important for Maidstone United because he is one who can be a threat down the left-hand side. Sam Corn, the captain, has just come back from the centre circle, having completed the coin toss. He scored in the third round, he scored in the fourth round, and he's hoping to score in the fifth round here against Coventry. Winners against Stevenage in the third round and against Ipswich in the fourth round. He's partnered in midfield by Jacob Barclay Agyapong. He only joined the club from Havant and Waterlooville at the end of December. Sam Bone also in that midfield. As an 18-year-old, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer. So certainly a player out there who will appreciate an occasion like this, having gone through something like that. Liam Soul, Lamar Reynolds and Manny Duku. Maidstone United and Manny Duku's 14th club he's represented in British football. This surely the biggest game for any of them. He's the centre forward for Maidstone United tonight. Mark Robbins has made 6 changes to his Coventry team. They're in the sky blue. They're defending the goal away to our right in front of those almost 5,000 Maidstone United fans. I'll give you their team lineup in a second, but we're underway and the ball is just inside the Coventry half. Corn has played a ball forward. It's played back to the goalkeeper Ben Wilson for Coventry, and he's cleared it quickly. The flick on from Ellis Sims gets Coventry moving already towards the Maidstone goal. Casey Palmer tries to slide a pass through. Still coming at Coventry. The ball is inside the Maidstone United penalty area. Cipriano gets a touch on it, but he couldn't quite get it clear. And Coventry have the ball about 30 yards from goal with Jake Bidwell, who's one of the 6 changes tonight. He's come in at left back. But as you were saying, Clinton, 6 changes, but still a strong Coventry City team.
Yeah, this could still be their best 11 because he's been chopping and changing all season, Mark Robbins, and he might have made changes anyway because they're back off 2 defeats and one where they got heavily beaten there on Friday night against Preston, where they were nowhere near good enough. And as I said, got another big game Friday, but so an opportunity to get Coventry to a quarter-final of the FA Cup. So great opportunity for some of these players to impress this evening. Yeah,
last in the quarterfinals in 2009. In the history of the club itself, they've only been in 7 quarterfinals and only won one of them, 1987, the year they went on to win the cup. Here's the American winger Haji Wright, top scorer for Coventry. On the left, cross comes in, fizzed across the face of goal. Glancing header at the near post. It's out of the Maidstone penalty area now. Hooked away by Lamar Reynolds, who so brilliantly scored that opener at Portman Road in the 4th round. And Coventry try and play a ball down the right-hand side. It is slightly overhit. It goes out for a throw, and you heard an enormous roar from the away fans away to our right. They're going to cheer.
They are going to cheer.
Everything.
And I must say, it's brilliant little touch there from George Fowler because it looked like the ball was going onto Ellis Sims' head. It was good play from Haji Wright, but really good defender. He's not the biggest, and he's playing centre half, but he's got a spring on him. So good defensive header.
Coventry have taken their throw. They've got the ball on the halfway line. 2 minutes in, 5 Live and BBC Sounds here at Coventry City's Stadium, the Coventry Building Society Arena, and Coventry knocking the ball around inside their own half. Bobby Thomas, one of the centre-backs, plays it across to Liam Kitching with a driving run forward. Power on the pass, headed up in the air by Fowler. Attempted volley from the edge of the box by Victor Torp, who's a recent signing for Coventry. Came in January, the Dane from Sarpsborg. Maidstone United clear. Back to the halfway line, and Coventry start to build again with Bidwell. Bidwell's ball through the lines. Good turn by Casey Palmer. Sliding challenge on him. Ellis Sims gets a touch. Here's Hadji Wright. He's stopped in his tracks. Edge of the box. Maidstone United can't clear. First save of the night comes from Lucas Coverland. It was a really well-struck shot. He had to get down to his right, and he makes a save to stop Maidstone United going behind. Clinton Morrison.
Yeah, it's a good save from Coverland. It's a mistake. Listen, they're panicking at the back. It's different. It's a different atmosphere. You got a full house, you got a big pitch. Coventry are dominating, and I think it's Sims who got his shot away, and it's a good save, a really good save. He was important against Ipswich. He's going to have a big night, and he started off ever so well.
Yeah, Brazilian goalkeepers, we know all about them. Edison and Allison, two of the very best. Lucas Coverland is the man we're looking at tonight. He's right in front of us, guarding the Maidstone goal. Maidstone United, amber shirts, black shorts, black socks, playing from left to right in this first half. Coventry's lineup then: Ben Wilson in goal, Joel Latibaudiere, Jake Bidwell, Bobby Thomas, Liam Kitching, Victor Torp, the Dane we've mentioned, playing alongside Liam Kelly, who's not played much football for Coventry in the last few months. Young Portuguese Fabio Tavares wide on the right, making only his 4th appearance of the season so far. Casey Palmer we've mentioned a couple of times. He's one of the 6 changes tonight as well. He will play as an attacking midfielder. Hadji Wright wide on the left, and Ellis Sims, Clinton just mentioned. I think people will know that name as well, Clinton. So first season at Coventry, formerly at Everton, helped them stay up last season.
Good at Sunderland. He was really good on
Sunderland,
loan on Sunderland. I think they wanted to buy him, and Coventry came in and paid a lot of money. He's been in and out of the team. It's Hadji Wright that's been playing through the middle a lot of the time. So it's a big opportunity for him.
FA Cup 5th round. 95 places in the football ladder between these two teams. That is a meaty challenge.
Great
by
tackle.
Corn in midfield, the Maidstone United captain. Maidstone get the free kick, and they're alert as well. They take it quickly. Lamar Reynolds with pace down the left-hand side is up against Latibaudiere, sticks a leg in, makes the tackle, and that'll be a throw-in for Maidstone. What a challenge that was.
That is a challenge. It's a brilliant challenge. That's what you want. You go and set them up. Don't show no one no respect. It don't matter what league Coventry are in. It's a great tackle, and good little run down the left-hand side by Reynolds.
So 5 minutes in, Coventry City 0, Maidstone United of the National League South 0. Throw-in taken by Cipriano. Reynolds was tackled, and so Maidstone get themselves another throw, playing their 8th match already in this season's competition, playing for a place in the last 8 of the competition. But normally, I mean certainly in recent memory, Premier League teams, Championship teams, if you're going to win the FA Cup, you need to win 6 games all told. This is already Maidstone's 8th. Here's Corn again, chasing a ball across the Coventry half. Liam Sol comes back to help him out, outside of his right boot from Sol, looking for a runner down the right. Bidwell clears, clearance is blocked.
Yeah, I think he's looking for Ajipong, to be fair. He made a really good run there, Ali. But they're growing into it. But the one thing you see with Maidstone, and you usually see with the lower teams, is they don't have a long throw. I'd love them to have a long throw. I would just love them, but they don't have it. So you can see they try and get the ball down and play as well.
Casey Palmer's shown some nice touches for Coventry in the opening stages here. Coventry working the ball out from the back. Palmer initially won it. They played back to the edge of their box, and now Tavares trying to get away down the right-hand side. Cipriano racing alongside him. Little scuff clearance from him. Runs off his left boot and goes behind for Coventry City's first corner of the evening. So obviously all the fuss is about Maidstone United, but what an opportunity for Mark Robins and Coventry City, obviously pushing for promotion to the Premier League this season, having lost in that playoff final to Luton at the end of last season, but a chance to get into the last 8 of the FA Cup at home against a team 4 divisions beneath them. Corner driven in from the right towards the far post. Coverland stretches and plucks it out of the air.
It's brilliant from Coverland, and he wants to get on with it, and it's a great kick, but it was a great kick.
It nearly was a great kick, straight down the middle of the pitch, but now Maidstone United are on the back foot. Space on the left-hand side for Wright. Palmer wants it and gets it. Edge of the penalty area. Bidwell supports, curls a ball in just beyond Sims. Again, desperate clearance from Maidstone. Man on, shout the Coventry fans. Liam Kelly didn't see the challenge coming. He was tackled and the ball's gone out for a Coventry throw, attacking position on the left-hand side. Bidwell just beckons to the little ball boy down beneath us. Come on, young fella, give me the ball as quick as you can. Back underway. Casey Palmer, slightly loose first touch. Corn is in to clear it for Maidstone. Maidstone know, don't they, Clinton? They are not going to see too much of the ball, just like at Portman Road, but when those chances come, like they did at Portman Road, got to take it.
Yeah, they've got to be clinical, and they were at Portman Road, and that's what they got to do, play on the counter-attack. It's not worth going to try and press Coventry. They've got good players.
So here come Coventry again, down the left, Bidwell's ball. Clinton's holding an imaginary offside flag up against Hadji Wright. Spot on, Clinton Morrison. Once the cross was played, the flag went up and Maidstone United will get themselves a free kick. 8 minutes into the first half, 5 Live, BBC Sounds, FA Cup 5th round. Start of a great week of FA Cup commentaries here on 5 Live and Sports Extra. Coventry 0, Maidstone United 0.
Covenant's playing for a move at the moment, the goalkeeper. He's been outstanding, isn't he?
Yeah, he's some story, actually,
definitely.
Lucas Coverland.
Yeah, he is.
One of the real heroes of that 4th round win. Right-footed clearance from the Maidstone United goalkeeper. Wright flicks it over his shoulder. The ball drops in midfield. Torp plays it forward. Tavares chases Cipriano, accidentally blocked that. He was running away from the ball and it just hit him. Here's Reece Greenwich, 6'6" centre-back. Maidstone United have given it away. Sims is in! Sims has scored for Coventry! 9 minutes on the clock and the championship team are ahead. Ruthless finishing from the centre forward. He's made it 3-3 and he's come over straight to the sidelines to pick up a Coventry shirt, which he is going to hold up and show all around the ground. The Coventry fans as one stand on their feet and applaud that gesture, as do his Coventry City teammates. And Maidstone United, Clinton Morrison, already behind.
Yeah, they are, to be fair. And it's, you know what, it's a mistake from Greenwich, the big centre half. He plays a sloppy ball, and once he plays that sloppy ball, he's out of position. But it's a great little ball. You said about Casey Palmer, he gets on the half time, plays it to Sims, and Sims was clinical. And that's what happens with Maidstone, and that's the level where you come out of position and you play the wrong pass, you get punished.
George Elokobi immediately out to the edge of the pitch and trying to lift the spirits of his troops. I don't think they need lifting. I don't think heads are going to drop. They knew they were in for a tough battle tonight. Difference being, of course, in the 4th round at Portman Road, those chances in the first 10 minutes, Ipswich couldn't take. Coventry have taken one tonight, which means Maidstone United now have to chase the game a little bit, although not immediately, but it will make them more vulnerable.
Yeah, it will make them more vulnerable.
But here they come. Bartley Agyapong, edge of the Coventry penalty area, is tackled. Ellis Sims looked like he means business tonight, does well, brings down a high ball, plays it to Tavares, looking for the little 1-2. Tavares again wide on the right in the sky blue of Coventry, tackled. Reynolds plays it back to Cipriano. Cipriano with a little step over.
Good player, Cipriano.
Yeah, feeds a ball infield. Little 1-2 with Sam Bone, gives it back to Bone, and Bone leans back and launches one down the middle of the pitch, and it's laid off by Dooku, the centre forward. Corn with a lofted ball down the left. Reynolds can't keep it in play. Throw in for Coventry. On the right, 10 minutes played. Coventry 0, Maidstone United 0.
You just got to stay in the game now. Stay in the game, Maidstone, because you will get a chance in the game. You will get a chance, but you just got to stay in the game. The game, nothing's changed in this game plan. Nothing has changed.
Coventry have the ball at the back, leading Maidstone United of the National League South by a goal to 0. Scored early by Ellis Sims. 8 o'clock this evening, we're not far away from it. West Ham against Brentford kicking off in the Premier League. You heard from David Moyes earlier on 5 Live Sport talking ahead of that game. Mark Scott will bring us updates during the commentary. Lamar Reynolds dribbling for Maidstone. Couple of step overs down by the byline. Curls a cross in towards the edge of the penalty area. Laid off by Sol. He was trying to get it back to his skipper Sam Corn. Corn slides in and wins it back. Brown plays it to the right. Sol thought about a cross, now goes for a dribble. Good little skills. Cross comes in towards the far post. Dooku attacks it, and it's Latte Baudier who had some important defending to do at the far post.
Yeah, great defending, but go on, Maidstone. It's brilliant from Sol on that right-hand side. They're a joy to watch, to be fair. He gets it, he squares up Bidwell and puts a great ball in. And Latte Baudier, it was a great defensive header because Dooku was coming in at the back post.
Good response from Maidstone United. They're at it again. Another low ball into the penalty area. Sliding lunge at the near post this time comes from centre-back Bobby Thomas. The offside flag was up though, so it'll be a free kick to Coventry. We think, Clinton, it was a number 7 shirt being held up by Ellis Sims after the goal. That is worn regularly by Tatsuhiro Sakamoto.
Oh yeah,
Japanese
I know why. He got on Friday night. He had a bad. He got stretchered off. He had a bad injury, so that's what it was. He went off stretchered off. I remember listening. We were working on 5 Live, and the guy who was reporting it said it was a bad injury. I'm not sure if it was a head injury, but it was an injury he picked up.
Pelvic injury.
Yeah, pelvic injury. That's it.
Mark Robins said after the game he'd suffered a terrible.
Yeah, it was a terrible.
One.
He was down for a long time, so that's the support for him.
Nice gesture.
Yeah, very much so.
Coventry very much together, beaten here on Friday night at home against Preston and beaten quite heavily, but there's only 2 teams that have beaten them here so far this season. Preston on Friday night and West Brom earlier in the season. They are a good outfit under Mark Robins, pushing for the playoffs in the Championship and leading Maidstone, non-league Maidstone here already by a 1-0. 13 minutes gone in the first half. Ball played forward to Casey Palmer. Palmer holding off a challenge edge of the box. Neat pass. Sims shoots. Sims scores again with his left foot. Ellis Sims already has 2. And Coventry City have taken control of this cup tie in the first 15 minutes of the game. Looks like it could be a long night for Maidstone United. Coventry 2, Maidstone 0.
Yeah, and they can't get to grips with Casey Palmer, and the defenders can't deal with Sims' movement. It's just a little straight ball into Palmer, using good strength, and he slides Sims in. Good movement from Sims, but one of the centre halves have to go. Sometimes that's what happens. Because he's open and you're playing a 4 at the back, it's difficult. Maybe he should have came and done a free, but fair play to them. As I'm saying, they're going to keep going. George Elokobi still encouraging his teammates.
Very quickly, George Elokobi there, as Coventry was celebrating the goal. He called over Liam Soul, and there's already going to be a change. I can see Liam Soul.
Yeah, I think he's gone to a free now. You can see at the back. So, Bone's going to go and play as one of the centre-backs.
Okay.
So they're going to go as a free. There you can see it, they've gone to as a free.
Sam Bone, left-sided centre-back. George Fowler on the right. Reece Greenwich in the middle. Rafe Brown as the right wing-back. And then Cipriani
as the left wing-back. Yeah. But they're staying as a 5 at the moment. Because, you know, the one thing out, you don't want it to get out of hand. You don't want it to be 6 and 7. They don't deserve that, Maidstone.
No. Coventry 2, Maidstone United 0. And we're just coming up to 15 minutes played in the first half. I don't think anything is going to dim the enthusiasm of the Maidstone United fans this evening, but that is a little bit of a wake-up call for them. They knew the quality they were up against, and they've already found out via the boots of Ellis Sims, who scored the first 2 goals for Coventry. Palmer to Bidwell. Bidwell's floated across to the far post, just too far for Hadji Wright. He did get a header on it, but it glanced behind him. Cipriani now wrestles with Wright down by the byline. Does well for Maidstone, just pokes the ball into the legs of Fabio Tavares, and Maidstone United get themselves a goal kick. You can tell I've been doing football commentary for too long, because I've not done commentary for ages, but I keep saying commentary rather than Coventry. I just can't get commentary.
Don't worry about that.
So let's try not to do that again if we can. George Elokobi again just making a little motion, sort of pushing the open palms of his hands together, just to say tighten out, squeeze in. 15 minutes gone. They've not managed to get through that unscathed. Coventry already leading Maidstone by 2-0. And Coventry City have turned up with the right attitude this evening, and they're looking good for a place in the quarterfinals of the Cup. Ball forward from Casey Palmer, nodded back to his goalkeeper by Cipriani. The draw, you will hear live, the draw for the quarterfinals live on 5 Live on Wednesday evening, ahead of the FA Cup action that night. We've got full commentary of Chelsea Leeds on Wednesday, which kicks off at 7:30. Nottingham Forest against Manchester United, you can watch on BBC One. Wayne Rooney is part of the team in the BBC coverage for that one. Liverpool against Southampton kicks off at 8, and that is a commentary on Sports Extra on Wednesday night. Liam Soul, was he brought down there 25 yards from goal? He was already stretching forward for the ball, and the referee, Michael Salisbury, was close by the action and immediately shook his head and said no free kick. Undeterred though, Maidstone United come again. Cross in from Rafe Brown, headed away. The ball drops inside the Coventry half. Slightly awkward one for Tavares to control. Couldn't control it. Corn has the ball for Maidstone. Barclay Agyepong takes over, plays to the left to Cipriani. Cipriani into the feet of Lamar Reynolds, immediately hounded out of possession by a couple of Coventry players. And Palmer again is just loving getting the ball in those pockets of space, just short of the halfway line. Plays forward to Ellis Sims, but the ball runs through to Lucas Coverland, the Maidstone goalkeeper. 17 minutes gone in the first half. Coventry City already leading Maidstone United by 2-0. And now another clearance from Sam Bone is intercepted, and Maidstone are in trouble again. Oh, Tavares tries the back heel, might work. Here's Palmer, angles tight, hits the shot, and that is going to be a corner for Coventry City. They lead Maidstone 2-0. Goal early at West Ham, Mark Scott.
West Ham rewarded for a flying start thanks to a bullet from Jarrod Bowen just inside the penalty area and sent an arrow beyond the grasp of Flecken. That was after Souček had missed an absolute sitter. West Ham all over Brentford early on, and with 5 minutes gone, they lead by a Bowen goal to nil.
Sounds like it's buzzing there. It's certainly buzzing here. Coventry City fans behind this goal away to our left. Corner for their team, already leading 2-0. Ball's nodded down edge of the 6-yard box. Maidstone again struggling to get it clear. They do just about do that. It runs to Palmer. Palmer's having the run of things this evening. Fancies a dip this time with his right foot. Low shot is blocked. Reynolds plays it out to the left. Chased by Liam Sol, but the pass wasn't good enough. And it goes out. In fact, Liam Sol gets the last touch and almost disappears over the advertising hoardings. It goes out for a throw-in to Coventry. Clinton Morrison.
Yeah, them two look lively, Reynolds and Sol. You need to get the ball to the two wide men, but it's difficult because every time you lose the ball, you're going to get punished in the turnover, and Coventry have class. But when you got Casey Palmer playing in that, I say Callum O'Hare because Callum O'Hare has been outstanding for them, but he's on the bench tonight. He causes loads of problems. He's a good player.
Yeah, Coventry have very much asserted their superiority and their authority in this game. They lead Maidstone by 2-0. Tomorrow night, in terms of the FA Cup commentaries, Blackburn-Newcastle is our game on 5 Live. That one's also on BBC One. Sports Extra has Luton against Manchester City. Bournemouth-Leicester, by the way, also tomorrow night, is available to watch on the iPlayer. So all the FA Cup action across the BBC to watch and listen to. And Maidstone United having to do a bit of chasing at the moment. Liam Kitching, the left-sided centre-back for Coventry, on the ball inside his own half. Across to Bobby Thomas. Back to Kitching. Kitching looks to his left, doesn't see anything on. Plays across to Thomas. Thomas through the lines up to Latter-Baudier, who's the right-back who suddenly popped up in central midfield. I wonder where we've seen that before. He's a former Manchester City player, actually joined Coventry from Swansea in the summer. Mark Scott's seen another goal at the London Stadium. Mark.
Well, I don't think Brentford's run of beating West Ham in every top-flight game they've faced them in is going to continue, because West Ham already 2-0 up, and it's a double from Jarrod Bowen. Another lightning-quick West Ham counter, which caught the Bees completely cold, and Bowen, who started the move just inside the Brentford half, then finished it off after he got it back from the overlapping cross from Sopal. A wonderful first-time finish. West Ham 2, Brentford 0, and we've not even played 8 minutes.
Thank you, Mark. 20 minutes played in the first half here in Coventry. FA Cup, 5th round action, first tie of the week. Coventry City, the Championship, leading Maidstone United of the National League South by 2-0. Palmer with a little step over. Ball's hit Greenwich in the head from the clearance. That would have been one of the freakiest own goals you'll ever see. It's gone over the bar and behind for a corner. It was a wild clearance. It hit Greenwich in the head. He nearly lobbed his own keeper from 30 yards out.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I'm very glad that's not gone in, because that would have been too cruel.
And he struggled so far, Greenwich. He's the one out of all the back players that struggled. He looks a bit like when he's going tight, he's getting rolled too quickly, and that's why he's just got to give himself a yard or so, because he looks like he's a bit off balance at the moment. But I'm glad, I'm like you, Ali, I'm glad he didn't go in, because that would knock his confidence.
Oh yeah, that would have been a tough one to concede. Lucas Coverland organising things, the Maidstone goalkeeper. In it comes, good stretch again from him.
He's good. He wants to get rid of the ball so quickly, Coverland. He's good like that. He's
done it. He's bowled it underarm to the right-hand side here, and it's George Fowler, the centre-back, who's gone streaking away down the right. Pass forward to Reynolds. Reynolds is caught 35 yards from the Coventry goal in the inside right channel, and Maidstone get themselves the free kick. And Sam Corn, the skipper, comes forward and just says, right, let's slow it down, let's settle. They've staunched the bleeding as such, having gone 2-0 down very early on in the game. Now they've got to try and find themselves a goal to get a footing in the game, and then we'll see.
Yeah, of course. It'd be great for those fans if they could score this evening. I know I'm going early, but it would be good to see. I hope they can put the ball in the back of the net.
Right, Sam Corn is marching out 10 yards here, as if to say that the referee hasn't done it properly, but no, he's just playing.
You know what? It's a referee spot here, because it was a good little free kick move that they had, where Ajipong would have played it into Reynolds. He flicked it round to.
Yes.
But the referee, they spoil sports sometimes, you know, Ali.
Yeah, that was a little bit invented from
Yeah,
Maidstone
it was.
there.
It was good.
Sam Corn was throwing the dummy. Now they've been called back. Now they take it Corn's right foot. It's a more conventional ball towards the far post. Attacked at the far post. But Maidstone can't get a header on the ball. Sims is onto it in the right back position. Up the right-hand side it goes for Tavares. Tavares is knocked off the ball very easily. We're midway through the first half here at Coventry. And Coventry lead Maidstone by 2-0. So Maidstone United have gone back to the back three. Right-sided centre-back is George Fowler.
And it's worked, Ali, because you can see maybe a bit nervous at the start, but now they're slowly but surely growing into the game, which is good.
Yeah.
That can always happen, though. Always can happen.
Coverland with his right foot. Clears from the Maidstone United penalty area. Cipriano tries to head it forward. Coventry pick up possession, play back into their own half. Latib Odier plays it across to Bobby Thomas. And I'm sure Coventry fans inside this stadium and possibly listening to us this evening on 5 Live or via the BBC Sounds app already thinking about the quarter-final draw on Wednesday night. Shouldn't get ahead of themselves too early, but a very good chance that they are going to be in it for the first time since 2009. Hadji Wright gets a shove in the back from Fowler and wins a free kick for Coventry. Wide on the left. Their manager, of course, Mark Robbins, famously an FA Cup winner.
Yeah, he is. Good footballer and a very good manager as well.
Yeah.
Just a bit grumpy sometimes. That's why I call him Mr. Grumpy. I know him. Every time I see him, I say, why are you not smiling? He said, because you're talking to me.
Everyone talks about the goal that he scored against Nottingham Forest in the third round when Manchester United went on to win it in 1990, but people possibly forget that he did also score the winner against Oldham in a semi-final replay that took Manchester United through to that final. That was the final against Palace.
That was the final against Palace. Yeah, I remember it.
3-3 in the first one. Ian Wright off the bench, who came into the final with injury problems, didn't he? And they weren't.
Yeah, he did.
Came on, scored a couple, took it to the replay, and then it wasn't a great replay actually. Manchester United won it by 1-0. Ball's gone out for a Maidstone United throw inside their own half on the left, and they find themselves 2-0 down against Coventry. Sam Bone, who's now playing as a left-sided centre-back in a 3, is going to take the throw. Long one down the left-hand touchline. Good flick on from Dooku. Didn't quite find Reynolds. Coventry have it with their centre-back Bobby Thomas. Comes back to the goalkeeper Ben Wilson. Wilson under a little bit of pressure. Good pass out, but now Coventry have given it away. Corn plays it to Reynolds. Can Maidstone find themselves a goal? Corn. Blue shirts all around him on the edge of the box. Plays out to the right to Sol. Fowler's cross in from the right, clears everyone. Reynolds able to bring it under control though. Hits a right-footed drive just over the bar. Liam Sol with the strike, and that wasn't too far away. Coventry 2, Maidstone United 0.
Yeah, you have to be careful, Coventry, of overplaying, because they are now starting to press Maidstone since they've gone to that free, and Sol and Reynolds causing problems. Unlucky Sol cuts inside and bends it, tries to find that far corner. It's high and wide. So
Liam Sol in the sort of rejig formation now finds himself over on that left-hand side. Coventry have played the ball straight out of play for a Maidstone throw, just inside the Coventry half on the left. Cipriano is a Cypriot who's got jet black hair, which he ties back in a little bun. He's got a sort of musketeer look about him with a sharp moustache as well. Half-volley pass comes across the halfway line. Rafe Brown takes a chance, lobs the ball over the top. Reynolds will chase, but it is headed away. Another goal at the London Stadium, Mark Scott.
Well, it looked like it could get ugly for Brentford, but they're back in it. Keane Lewis Potter was allowed too much space just outside the West Ham box, played it into Neil Mopey, who's got a good record against West Ham, and he coolly lifted it over Areola and in. West Ham 2, Brentford 1.
Thank you, Mark. Coventry 2, Maidstone United 0. Fifth round of the FA Cup. Maidstone United fans, you can hear, encouraging Liam Sol to make strides forward down the left. He does so, then has to come back to Sam Corn on the halfway line. Diminutive figure. Where's the number 8 for Maidstone United? The captain scored the winner from the penalty spot against Stevenage in the third round. Then got the winner as well at Portman Road in the fourth round. And now a curling ball down the right-hand side for Lamar Reynolds, who scored that quite fabulous goal against Ipswich that got Maidstone United in front that famous afternoon. Bidwell's ball, that's brilliantly read and intercepted by Bone. Bone with pace on the pass away to the left. Here's Sol again. Sol running at Latter Baudier. Little pass into the feet of Dooku's shot, blocked on the edge of the box. Rolls to Reynolds. Reynolds back to Corn. Corn stands a high spinning ball up into the penalty area. Headed away. Corn chests it down. He's under pressure from Palmer. Palmer is the stronger man there. He shrugs Corn aside and comes striding away with the ball for Coventry. More danger for Maidstone here. Palmer with the outside of his right foot. Finds Hadji right. Works it onto his right foot. Shot's deflected and it's behind for a Coventry corner. 27 minutes gone in the first half. Coventry 2, Maidstone 0. Clinton
Proper
Morrison.
FA Cup tie, Ali. End to end, to be fair. Sol looks really lively for them on that left-hand side. I'm getting as much as the ball I can. And obviously for Coventry, Casey Palmer, good strength of Corn, and he picks the right pass, but Hadji Wright never looked like he could beat him in this left position. I prefer him through the central as a number 9.
Coventry City, of course, would have come into the game with a little bit of pressure on their shoulders because they are clearly expected to win. That pressure has been lifted, obviously, by the 2 early goals. No pressure on Maidstone United anyway. George Elokobi said it, just go out there and savour the occasion. So it does hopefully set us up for a really good game of football for the rest of it, and certainly if Maidstone United can get the next goal.
We'd love them to get the next goal. We'd love them to.
Not wishing to offend any Coventry fans.
No, they know I love Coventry, but it just makes a game of it, doesn't it?
Exactly right. Corner for Coventry. In from the left, Coverland didn't get anywhere near it. Glancing header goes behind for another corner, which means that Victor Torp, the Dane, is going to go running across from one side of the field to the other. And just as he went past, Liam Kitching, the centre-back, who's one of those attacking this set-piece, had a little word with him. So let's see what Coventry can do with this. As Clinton said as well, big game for Coventry on Friday at the end of the week, away to West Brom. They're currently 5 points behind West Brom in the Championship table. Coventry in 9th, West Brom in 5th. Here comes the corner in from the right. Little volleyed attempt at the near post from Hadji Wright. Took another deflection from a Maidstone United defender. So Coventry get themselves another corner. Pressure on Maidstone, already trailing by 2-0 and having to really concentrate. Coventry have got some real threats inside that box. In it comes again in towards the near post. Bobby Thomas goes for it this time. George Fowler wins a header. Volley from Tavares, zipping wide of the right-hand post and behind for a goal kick to Maidstone.
Yeah, it's great technique from Tavares. He kind of cuts across it on the volley and it just went past the post.
So goal kick for Maidstone. Lucas Coverland. I was telling you a little bit earlier on what a story he is. So a Brazilian youth international, I think once a teammate of Oscar's who used to play for Chelsea.
Good pedigree.
Has played in league football in England, but had a very, very tough time at Port Vale. So joined Maidstone from Port Vale in the summer, but made the step up to league football and has very openly admitted since that move and since that football there, it didn't go well, and he actually really struggled with depression for a while and had to seek help for it. So again, someone who will really appreciate the moment for Maidstone tonight. And here's Barclay Agupong forward to Dooku. Barclay Agupong, little dink ball again, looking for the centre forward. Coventry wise to that, cleared up to the halfway line. 2 Maidstone players decide to leave it for each other. That was Greenwich looking a little bit nervous again with Rafe Brown. Ellis Sims, big and strong, muscles his way in front of Brown. Forward to Palmer. Palmer with a clever touch, nearly runs onto his own ball. Greenwich went hurtling in there.
It's a great tackle though.
He's caught Tavares, he got the ball. Here's Palmer again. Palmer trying to slide it through for Ellis Sims. George Fowler anywhere will do for Maidstone. Clears the ball up in the air. Coventry fans booing because their man Tavares is down hurt. Coventry are the ones who are still playing. Then Latter Baudier is fouled. Coventry get a free kick 25 yards out in the inside right channel, and now Nuno Tavares can receive some treatment. We've not got a monitor, but to the naked eye, Clint, you thought that looked like a hearty challenge, but a fair one.
Yeah, he got the ball, but you have to be like that. Listen, you're the lower team and you're there and you're getting popped around. You've got to go and put your mark on it. It's a big tackle from Greenwich, who struggled so far in the first half. That will give him confidence. Great tackle.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's all right. Listen, I know he's all right.
Yeah, you knew it.
I knew it.
14 minutes to go in the first half. West Ham leading Brentford by 2-1 in the Premier League. That game kicked off at 8 o'clock, and here we've got Coventry 2, Maidstone United 0. All the interviews, the reaction, the analysis in the Football Daily podcast, available via the BBC Sounds app. Free kick comes in, low skiddy one. Wright does get a touch on it. Coverland comes sweeping across to cover it as the ball goes spinning past the dead ball line, and that'll be a goal kick for Maidstone. And the Test Match Special podcast there for you as well. I think we're going to be hearing some reaction at half-time in this game after India won the 4th Test by 5 wickets earlier on today to clinch the series 3-1. You like
kind of gutted, gutted
about
about that. England, they give it. It was the batting performance in the second innings that let them down. If they had a 250 or 300 lead, they would have won it.
I like Bashir.
Oh yeah, he can spin it.
He looks really
got
good.
A good spinner there.
Yeah, they found someone there.
They have definitely.
Hartley as well, who's performed in this series, but that's there for you. Also available via the BBC Sounds app, the Test Match Special podcast. Coventry leading Maidstone by 2-0, playing for a place in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Bidwell plays the ball back here to Kitching across to Thomas just outside his own penalty area. Low pass out wide to Tavares, back to Latibaudiere. Coventry moving it around for fun here, and Maidstone United just standing off them inside the Coventry half and allowing them to do that. Bobby Thomas at walking speed, then he breaks into a jog, slides another ball forward. Latibaudiere stretches to play a first-time ball. Now Tavares on the right, looking for the run of Latibaudiere. Latibaudiere there, Clinton, became the extra man, didn't he, in midfield? So forward from right back, and suddenly there's a 2-on-1 there.
Oh, you see what Pep's done? He's changed a beautiful game. He's put all fullbacks as the inverted midfielders, and it is good to watch if you can get it right.
Yeah, he's made it more beautiful.
Oh, he's made it more beautiful. Pep can do that, can't he? Though?
I tell you what, I watched them at Bournemouth on Saturday. John Stones doing that.
It just steps
Amazing.
in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rolls Royce, John Stones.
Here's Palmer. Palmer's looked very good for Coventry this evening as well. 12 minutes remaining in the first half. Former Coventry striker Clinton Morrison alongside in the commentary position. And Coventry knocking it around for fun at the moment. Liam Kelly back to Latibaudiere. Then the ball goes forward. Sam Bone is able to intercept for Maidstone. The non-league team bring it across the halfway line. Dooku challenges for it inside the Coventry half. Loses out. Kelly looking for the longer one over the top here to Wright. Wright was running through the middle. Palmer hits one. Coverland saves. Sims for the hat-trick. Sims helps himself to an FA Cup hat-trick in the 5th round. Coventry surely on their way to the quarter-finals. It was Palmer's zipping shot that set it up. Coverland was scrambling and made the save, but Ellis Sims, like any good centre-forward, sensed the chance. He pounced. Coventry 3, Maidstone United 0, and Sims has all 3 goals.
Yeah, Coverland. See, we don't have a TV monitor here where we can see replay. I think maybe Coverland will probably be disappointed with that save, because it is a good save, but I think he parries it not away from goal, it's back into the danger area, and that's what Sims, like all good strikers do, he reacts. And Fowler doesn't react with him. It's the striker that's on the front foot and the defender's sleeping, and it's a good finish, and it's a hat-trick for Sims. If you're a striker and you didn't have confidence coming in, and I'm watching the replay there, Coverland will be disappointed with the parry back out.
Before this game, Ellis Sims, 2 in his last 2 against Plymouth and Stoke, and suddenly that becomes 5 in 3, hat-trick.
You're full of confidence.
Yeah.
It don't matter who you're playing against, you're full of confidence. As a striker, if the ball hits the back of the net, you'll think every game you can go and score.
Hat-trick in less than 35 minutes of football. Coventry have been absolutely ruthless. They were never going to show Maidstone United any mercy, any favour. Mark Robbins made 6 changes to the team, but he's got a real performance out of them this evening. And I actually think Maidstone probably weren't helped by the fact Coventry got stuffed by Preston here on Friday night, because that's probably just given them a kick up the backside as well.
Yeah, you're right, Al. Definitely, because they was thinking this could be a banana skin, but no, they've been outstanding. You're spot on.
Greenwich's ball forward into the Coventry half. Bidwell side foots a right-footed pass, but they've lost it of Coventry. Ball comes to the left here. Ciprianu's there, low cross into the body of Latibaudiere, and the ball is out for a throw into Maidstone United. Back to the London Stadium, Mark Scott.
Midway through the first half, Ali, still West Ham 2, Brentford 1, thanks to Jared Bowen's double. He's never actually scored a senior hat-trick. He'll fancy his chances of changing that tonight. Kudos got away with a challenge, though, was a bit risky just inside the West Ham box. Could easily have given away a penalty at the other end. Lucas Paqueta's gone close twice, one with a beautiful volley outside of his boot, 10 yards out, just swerving away at the last. West Ham 2, Brentford 1.
Coventry 3, Maidstone United 0 in the FA Cup. The ball is played forward to Lamar Reynolds for Maidstone. He's forced out of the penalty area. finds Cipriano, low pass here into the edge of the box. Liam Sol was just trying to work it into position for a shot, and Casey Palmer's the man back there for Coventry and makes the important tackle. Clever chip pass into midfield, finds Torp, very measured ball with the right foot, perfect pass on the right to find Tavares speeding away. He's up against Sam Bone. Tavares is going to try and beat him on the outside. Not quite got the skill to do it. Bone makes the challenge, plays it to Greenwich, and Greenwich gives it the old heave-ho and clears it up to the halfway line.
Bone's been good. I like Bone. I think he's been good since he's gone to that free. He's done well.
Maidstone United again urging their team forward, finding themselves 3-0 down against Coventry. There's the skipper Sam Corn across to Fowler. Fowler's pass back into his own half to Rafe Brown. Brown across to Greenwich. Greenwich side foots one to his left to find Bone. Barclay Agipong's come deep into his own half. Little 1-2 with Bone. Bone looks up and is looking for some movement from the forward players here. Dooku's made a run off the back. Bobby Thomas gets to that ball first down by the byline. He's able to hold it up and lay it back to Cipriano. Cipriano suddenly picks up the pace, darts forward. Latabodiere is in his way, and Cipriano turns and comes back, and Maidstone will recycle this across the halfway line. Corn to Brown. Now Brown is closed down by Hadji Wright. Got to be a little bit careful here. Brown.
He doesn't look comfortable, Brown, playing in this position on the right hand side.
Dribbles a back pass back to his goalkeeper Coverland. Coverland's able to clear. The offside flag goes up. Referee spotted that now, and it'll be a free kick to Coventry. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. West Ham leading Brentford by 2-1, and Coventry leading Maidstone United by 3-0. Ellis Sims, former Everton striker, with the hat-trick this evening. But if you consider, since Maidstone United entered the FA Cup this season in the second qualifying round, 252 teams have been involved in the competition, and they've managed to get to the last 16.
Oh, it's been a great achievement.
Incredible.
Whatever happens tonight, it's been a great achievement.
Yeah, found it tough tonight so far, but still giving it everything, trailing Coventry by 3-0. Here's Liam Kelly, back to Latabodiere. Bodiere turns, passes back to Bobby Thomas, who uses Latabodiere again. Barclay Agipong in with a challenge, but the ball only runs back to Thomas. Thomas inside his own half. Jake Bidwell just backpedaling here. Bidwell, very experienced footballer in this team tonight. Another man who started out at Everton, actually. Former Brentford, QPR, Swansea defender, wants the ball wide on the left. Is he going to get it? Coventry continue to come forward. Bidwell does get it. Cross curled in deliciously, volleyed away. Reynolds is there for Maidstone. Lays it back to Corn.
I like Corn in midfield.
Yeah.
He's tenacious, he's tigerish, he wants to get on the ball, he wants to make things happen.
Maidstone are giving it away. Torp into Sims, back to Torps. Curler, Coverland saves, palms it down, and the ball bounces loose, but he's able to get up off his knees and pick it up for Maidstone.
Yeah, it's a better save that from Coverland. It wasn't enough pace on it from Torp. There was a good one too with Ellis Sims as well.
It's Clinton Morrison with us here at Coventry. Coventry leading Maidstone by 3-0. I know the cogs will be whirring for Clinton. I'm recording the Fantasy 606 podcast tomorrow, which will be out on Thursday. Clinton will be thinking, Jarrod Bowen, 2 goals tonight, West Ham. Can I get him into my midfield?
Yeah, I know, because he'd been injured, hadn't he? Now he's back in the fold. But I'm doing all right. At the moment now, so not too bad.
Good man. Fantasy 606, available via BBC Sounds.
I must say, last
every
week,
Thursday.
I know we have to get back to the game, but quickly, I triple captain Haaland. Last week.
Everyone did.
Why has he not scored a hat-trick?
Well, his stats were unbelievable.
They were ridiculous.
He should have had a hatful.
Yeah.
Here's Hadji Wright coming in from the left. Casey Palmer's just tackled as he was about to pull the trigger. They doubled up on him there.
Yeah, Cipriani done ever so well. You're spot on. Cipriani and Bone did a great job on him.
So Coventry still lead Maidstone by 3-0. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Some cricket reaction on the way at half-time, as I said, after India won that fourth test by 5 wickets. So they've taken the series by 3 matches to 1, and a bit of a while to wait until the 5th test in the series as well. Long clearance downfield has bounced nicely here for Maidstone. Run down the left-hand side, cross comes into the far post, it nearly gets to Sol, it does get to Sol. Good control by Sol as well. Chip ball into the middle, headed away, not clear yet for Coventry. Fowler trying to tee himself up for a right-footed shot. Oh, and then that's a bad one from Fowler. Went desperately lunging in to try and win the ball. Bidwell doesn't like the tackle. I can understand why. Bidwell got the ball away. Still remonstrating is Coventry's left back. and there is a free kick given, and quite rightly so.
Sol's got to hit that first time, Ali. He's been so lively on his right-hand side. When it falls to him, just volley it. Have a go. It could take a deflection. Instead of putting it back into the box where Dooku's surrounded by 3 defenders, have a shot there. Good play down the left-hand side by Reynolds.
Yeah. Coventry have taken their free kick short, and they're going to try and play out from the back. Reynolds is closing in on the goalkeeper, Ben Wilson. Wilson's been the goalkeeper in all the FA Cup games so far this season. Lost his place in the Championship team for a while, but has started the last 2. Not been busy this evening. Coventry win a throw wide on the left. And in terms of goal scoring in the FA Cup in the home games this season, Coventry beat Oxford 6-2 here in the 3rd round. Sheffield Wednesday 4-1 in the 4th round replay, and have already got 3 goals tonight. So a free scoring FA Cup team at home this season. Latte Baudier gliding past a couple of challenges. Liam Soul has been caught for Maidstone inside his own half, and the non-league team will get a free kick. So a couple of minutes remaining plus added time at the end of this first half, and the headline maker so far this evening is a 23-year-old centre forward who plays for Coventry, called Ellis Sims, who's taken his, got the chances, Clinton, stuck them away, taken them well.
He has, because I was hearing the replay against Sheffield Wednesday and he missed a sitter, and he's been not in great form this season, but as you said, the last 5 in his last 3 sounds brilliantly, and it gives him confidence moving forward.
Here's Coverland. Coverland dummies a long free kick forward and plays a low pass to Kyprianou. Coventry sense an opportunity to press here, and Reece Greenwich plays it back to his goalkeeper Coverland, who's in the right back position, and he's off balance and he's sliced the ball to the right, and Fowler just about keeps it in play and then lobs a poor pass back, and Rafe Brown under pressure has to clear it away. It's looking a little bit untidy from Maidstone there. Header forward into the Maidstone half, and Fowler can let it go for a throw into Maidstone in the right back position. They were 2 down in 14 minutes tonight. Find themselves 3-0 down now as we approach the half-time whistle. Rafe Brown with the throw down the right. Bidwell calls it, misses the header. Haji Wright is behind him. Torp's ball intercepted by Sol. Barkley Agupong trying to help out, tackled on the halfway line. Lovely turn from Torp to get away from him. Nearly did 2 360-degree turns there. Now the ball with Liam Kelly in central midfield. Plays to his left to Bidwell, into the feet of Palmer. Palmer lays it off to Torp. Bidwell involved again. Back it comes to Kitching, and Kitching strokes a ball across to Bobby Thomas.
Yeah, it's a hard for them because they're getting chased around, but it's been good in the last 15-20 minutes, I must say.
Torp comes to the left to Bidwell. Bidwell level with the edge of the Maidstone penalty area, wide on the left. Torp cross here to Kelly. Shoot, they say. Kelly will do. Coverland easily able to save that. Didn't need to dive, just took little steps to go running across his goal line, get himself in position, and pats down the shot. Yeah,
it was a comfortable save. Everyone wanted Kelly because they love him here at Coventry, the club captain, but Coverland is a comfortable save.
Maidstone playing out from inside their own half, come back to their goalkeeper Coverland. 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first half, and here's Reece Greenwich. And if Maidstone United are going to make it to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup this evening, then we are going to witness something truly extraordinary from a non-league team in the FA Cup to come back from 3-0 down.
I think, listen, it's a difficult one, because what does George Elekope, does he go for it in the second half, or does he go it with the last 15-20 minutes? Does he make changes? Because listen, yeah, it's over, but try and go back on with pride and put in the ball in the back of the net. Give something these fans to go home with, shouting about. Yeah,
looking away to our right, to those almost 5,000 Maidstone United fans in the amber and black, who stretch all the way back to the top tier of that big light blue seated stand away to our right. Throw in for Coventry. Bidwell takes it.
Would you know, do they train every day, or do they train 2 days a week? I know it's a
don't think it's every day. They're part-timers.
Yeah, so they'll be 2 days a week, so the fitness levels won't be the best. Some of these will have work tomorrow and everything.
That's right.
So surely the managers have gave them a day off work, surely.
Yeah.
But fair play to them. It's a brilliant story so far.
Casey Palmer on the ball for Coventry, just tries to tease one forward to Sims. He's such a handful, Ellis Sims, through the middle there. Greenwich just about holds him off. Brown clears, and then Palmer comes sliding in to block. So Maidstone, they were relegated from the National League last season.
Yeah, last season.
And find themselves in the National League South again. And I think part of the problem was that when they went up, there's a lot of players who actually quite like the semi-professional thing. And obviously if you go up to the National League, you've got to go full-time if you're going to compete.
Yeah.
So they lost players to other clubs who weren't able to do that or didn't feel they wanted to do that and got themselves relegated again. So you get caught a bit between
the two of them. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Liam Corn's their skipper. He's had an amazing time in this FA Cup run as well, and those Maidstone United fans are not going to forget a single second of this. It's not gone their way so far tonight, but the team has certainly not let the fans down, and they couldn't, whatever they did this evening. There goes the half-time whistle. Coventry City lead Maidstone United by 3-0. The story really a hat-trick for Ellis Sims, 3 really well-taken goals, but the difference tonight, Clinton, between the game I saw against Ipswich and this game here, Ipswich had their chances in the first 10 minutes, didn't take them, and Maidstone grew into the game. They just weren't able to do that this evening.
No, and that's the difference. Coventry have been ruthless, in particular Ellis Sims, and I just think that first 15-20 minutes when they had the back four, they were all over the place. When they've gone to a back three, it's been much better, but they have quality. I think Casey Palmer, even though Sims has got the hat-trick, he's had the 3 assists. He's been outstanding.
So George Elokobi gets the troops back into the changing rooms at half-time. Let's see what Maidstone United can do in the second half. But Coventry City looking extremely good for a first FA Cup quarter-final since 2009. Because at half-time here, thanks to the Ellis Sims hat-trick, they lead Maidstone by 3-0.
Thank you very much, Ali and Clinton. Been watching this one in the studio with Joby McAnuff. And Joby, you said to me when it was, 3-0 after 14 minutes or whatever, you said this is not what Dale have wanted, Maidstone.
No, and I think just in terms of the start of the game, Clinton touched on it there. I just feel as though that back four has been a little bit too exposed at times. I think Casey Palmer's been able to pick up some pockets just off the front of it and really done some damage. And when the chances have come, Ellis Sims has been absolutely ruthless. I mean, we spoke briefly off air. I think the worst thing possible for Maidstone coming into this was Coventry's last result, a really poor one against Preston. I think that would have given them a real kick, just to get themselves going again, and probably did Mark Robins' team talk for him in terms of knowing that if they're not quite at the races, which they weren't the other night, that they could get punished even against Maidstone United. And they came into this game, really, in my opinion, just focused and getting the job done.
Yeah, by the way, I said it was 3-0 after 14 minutes. I'm doing them a bit of a disservice there. It was 2-0 after 14 minutes, the third coming on 35 minutes. Clinton, what's going to be being said in that Maidstone dressing room at half-time? Is it just about pride and making sure they don't kind of get, not embarrassed, I don't want to say embarrassed because they've done a brilliant achievement to get to this point, but just to make sure the score does stay respectable?
Yeah, you don't want it to be 6 or 7. I know exactly what you're saying there, Kelly. And also get a goal for these fans. The fans have turned up in their numbers. It's a long way from Maidstone, and they've made a lot of noise. They're backing them. It's been brilliant for Maidstone. And Coventry are cut above at the moment, and it is hard because some of these players only train 2 days a week. Coventry train every day of the week, so it's difficult with the fitness levels. You see all the subs here now warming up. So you just got to say keep going. It's not going to be moaning at them in there. No chance, because they've done ever so well to get to this stage. And one more thing I want to say, Kelly, I haven't seen you. Congratulations on the little one. I haven't seen you. So I just thought I'd say that live on the radio. Congratulations, okay?
Thank you very much.
No
I'm hoping she's asleep right now, but yeah, thank you, Clinton. That's
no worries.
Uncharacteristically nice of you. Go and get yourself...
come on, you. I can be nice. Tell her, Jobs, I can be nice sometimes.
Sometimes.
Don't make a habit of it. It's freaking me out a little bit. Go and get yourself a half-time cuppa, and we'll be back with second half commentary with Clinton Morrison and Ali Bruce Ball very shortly. So Coventry in cruise control against Maidstone in the first FA Cup 5th round tie of this midweek action. There's one match taking place in the Premier League tonight, though. It kicked off at 8 p.m. West Ham taking on Brentford, and Mark Scott, sounds like it's been an exciting first half so far.
Certainly has, Kelly. 8 minutes of the first 45 left to play, and West Ham still leading by 2-1 thanks to that early Jared Bowen double. He's now on to 13 goals this season, which is his best ever return in the Premier League. But just when it looked as though Brentford were going to be blown away, that Neil Maupay goal has brought them back into it. They've had a couple of snips as well, but West Ham have just started to up it, and Kudos has gone close with an effort that went narrowly wide. West Ham 2, Brentford 1 with 8 to go till the break.
OK, well, plenty more to come for you on 5 Live Sport, but before we go any further, let's get the news with Nick Hatfield.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Good evening. The Labour Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, has accused the government of failing to deal with Islamophobia following comments made about him by the former Deputy Chair of the Conservative Party, Lee Anderson. Mr Anderson has again refused to apologise for claiming Islamists controlled Mr Khan. He was suspended as a Tory MP over the weekend. Rishi Sunak called his comments wrong and unacceptable. Our political correspondent Ben Wright says the row has divided the Conservatives.
While there are many in the Tory party in Parliament who I think will have been disgusted by what Lee Anderson said, there are others, and it's plastered on the front page of the Telegraph today, particularly Tory MPs representing the so-called red wall seats, those that went to the Conservatives in 2019, who in private on their WhatsApp messages think that he's been very hard done by and that Lee Anderson should not be lost from the Tory party over an issue like this.
The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres says nothing can justify what he calls the collective punishment of Palestinian people in Gaza. He's also criticised the UN Security Council for what he calls the inadequate response to the Gaza conflict and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. A member of the US Air Force who set himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy in Washington has died. It's believed Aaron Bushnell, who was 25, was protesting over the war in Gaza. A transgender woman who's been found guilty of murdering a man in Oxford has been told she'll serve her life prison sentence in a men's jail. Scarlett Blake, who's 26, randomly attacked Jorge Martin Carreño as he walked home from a night out. And Amy Schumer has revealed she's been diagnosed with Cushing's syndrome, which is caused by too much cortisol. The actress and director revealed she had the condition after speculation about her appearance during recent TV interviews.
When you listen to Radio 2, you never know what might happen.
What's the school run with Zoe Ball?
Wakey, wakey, gang. Wake me up before you go. Power through your morning with Fern and Kay.
Full house, superb.
Oh, I'm going to have to lie down now, I think.
Become totally T-voted with Sarah Cox.
What a tune. Cruise through the late shift with Trevor Nelson.
This is how we do it.
So join in anytime.
And make every day less every day.
With BBC Radio 2.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is 5 Live Sport.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Welcome back to 5 Live Sport, where it is the start of a huge week of FA Cup fifth round commentaries for you here tonight. We're at Coventry, where the Championship side are 3-0 up against Maidstone. We'll have second half commentary to come of that very shortly. We're also keeping you across at the latest in the Premier League match between West Ham and Brentford. And we're going to hear from Kira Walsh very shortly. But firstly, England's men lost the fourth test against India by 5 wickets earlier today in the cricket. The hosts have taken an unassailable 3-1 lead in the series and are now guaranteed to extend their 12-year unbeaten run at home. Now, Michael Vaughan joined correspondent Jonathan Agnew on the Test Match Special podcast and praised England's inexperienced spin attack.
Let's talk about Bashir and Hartley, 2 real youngsters, incredibly inexperienced in terms of first-class cricket. I mean, Hartley's taken 20 wickets in this series so far. Now, you've got to say, in very favourable conditions. However, favourable conditions do mean that sometimes batsmen are more aggressive against you. You bowl a bad ball, they're going to whack it for 4 if they possibly can. Which, for you, I mean, I'll put my hand up, so I think Bashir looks he just looks a really, really good off-spin bowler to me. Very tall, right over the top. He's accurate. He's got stamina. He kept spinning that ball all day. Hartley, yeah, you tend to get a poor ball per over from him. But yeah, to pick up all those wickets, what do you think of these young spinners, and which ones particularly, if any, particularly stands out for you?
I mean, they've done so much better than we all expected. You know, you go to India to bowl against world-class players of spinning, and you don't expect 2 young spinners to have so much success. I guess the challenge now is that they've been seen. I think in international cricket now there's so much, analytical work on everyone that you play against. Now, Shoaib Bashir's arrived. He's bowled beautifully. Now he knows that India have seen quite a bit of him this week. So it was a pitch that suited his style of bowling, coming from that high height, with a little bit of low bounce and the odd ball spinning, the odd ball going straight on. So it was quite a nice pitch for Shoaib to bowl on, but it was his accuracy and his consistency that would really impress me. And if he can continue with that, he'll have to add a few more skills, because, as I said, batters will find a way of playing against you if you don't keep improving and keep adding a little bit more to your armoury. I guess the challenge is bowling in England. I mean, bowling in England is probably the hardest place to bowl spin. Yeah. You go to India on those kind of wickets and they're spinning pretty much from ball one, and there's a bit of inconsistency. As Tom Hartley said in his interview, all you need to do is land it. You don't really need to work your wrist. You don't really need to work your fingers too much. You're not changing your your angles on the crease that often, because you just got to be consistent around where you land it, and the pitch will do the rest. So I guess the challenge for both of them will be, now they've been seen, can they continue to get better? I guess for Shoaib Bashir, will he play for Somerset? I mean, with Jack Leach there as well. I mean, I'll say this, I still think Jack Leach is England's number one spinner. Okay. Even though he's gone through difficulty, I still see Jack Leach with his action and his development over the last few years. I think if he's fit and firing, I still think Jack Leach is England's number one spinner. I think England will still go to Jack in the summer, but what they have is options, and that's exactly what you want.
OK, well, the TMS pod is available in full on BBC Sounds. Let's go back to the London Stadium, though, and get the latest between West Ham and Brentford. Mark Scott.
We've got a minute of normal time left to play in the first half. Kelly, still West Ham 2, Brentford 1. It's West Ham who are asking more of the questions. Kudus again with another opportunity from range, which again went narrowly wide. West Ham 2, Brentford 1.
OK, well, keeping with the football, now we're going to get the latest on England's Lionesses, because they face Italy tomorrow in a friendly. And Serena Wiegmann's side put 7 past Austria on Friday night. And Kira Walsh has been talking about the quality shown by the under-23s team, who they've been training alongside this week.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hope, isn't it, that they do come in and take our place. I think, it's really nice for them to be in and around us. And as Serena said, 4 of them trained with us yesterday. And, they had a really great session. And I think for us to be working closely with them so we can kind of share the same ideas of football. And, that's the idea, is that they'll be coming in and taking our shirts off us.
OK, well, BBC Sports' Emma Sanders joins us now. Emma, good to speak to you again. Every time I'm on 5 Live, I seem to end up speaking to Emma. You've been across the Lionesses covering it all. It's actually the first time the under-23 squad have trained alongside the senior players. It seems like it's certainly given them a taste of what could be ahead of them.
Yeah, good evening, Kelly. It's exactly that. These young players, they're used to playing with many of the Lionesses at club level or even against them in the WSL. But as you say, this is the first time that they've actually been on an England training camp with them. So it's just given them a massive boost. I was out in Spain last week with the 2 teams, and you could sense the drive, the energy around the place. And, 4 of those under-23 players have been called up to first team training this week. And Serena Wiegmann has shown that she will give them opportunities. So, a lot of excitement running through the under-23s team at the moment.
Right, hit us with some names then, because you've written on the BBC Sport website about some that we should be looking out for.
Yeah, well, the big one for me is Chelsea striker Aggie Beaver-Jones. She was called up late to the first team squad on Friday, actually. She replaced the injured Chloe Kelly. She was non-used substitute in the end, but that was only 24 hours after she scored for the under-23s team. So, she shows that she's got that versatility, and she's been absolutely fantastic for Chelsea this season. So she's the big name for me. Another one is Laura Blinkilder-Brown, who had that deadline day move to Manchester City, if anyone can remember that one, from Aston Villa. £200,000 they paid for her, and she's only 20 years old. So a fantastic talent there. And then you've got the likes of Ruby Mace and Missy Bow-Kearns as well, 2 other talented midfielders. And finally, Naomi Lazel, the Bristol City centre-back, who's now trained with the first team twice over the last couple of days. So she's had a fantastic week.
You mentioned Lazel, then I loved it. The line that she said that she called her parents when she found out she'd be training alongside the senior team. It does show that what Serena Wiegmann's doing here is quite clever, isn't it? Because it gets them so excited. It makes them almost hungrier, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, 100%. And it was so nice to speak to Naomi about that last week. And as you say, she was talking about bringing her parents, and they were more interested in how the flight was. And she was desperate to tell them about training. So, you could just see she was still buzzing from the training session. She was really impressive, actually, with the media. That's the first time I've spoken to her personally. She was so mature, and you could see a lot of qualities in terms of her personality and the way that she holds herself off the pitch. You can see why Serena Wiegmann is clearly, a big fan of her. But 2 years ago, she was playing in the second tier, and she was in England's under-18s. And obviously now she's, been training with the European champions. So quite a jump for her personally.
One other thing to say with this is we know that Serena Wiegmann can be pretty ruthless. She wouldn't be playing these players or inviting them to train with her first team players if she didn't think they were good enough. There's been a lot of success, hasn't there, with the England under-23s, especially since the restructuring. It looks like it's starting to pay off.
Yeah, definitely. And, the talent has always been there. It's just lacked a framework and a competitive structure, if you like, in order for these players to really showcase what they can do. And when Serena Wiegmann came in, that was after a lot of these young players they weren't really able to play during COVID. There were several months where a lot of these young players didn't play for the country. And Sarina Wiegman came in and said, I want to bring everything together. And that was one of the main things she asked from the FA. And the FA have actually been fantastic. And, they've done some great work to make that happen. And obviously Wiegman has kept her word. Like you say, she's not one for just giving out chances willy-nilly. She's a ruthless winner. But she's shown that she will consider youth. She will work with the under-23s and she will give them chances if they are good enough.
Emma, thank you so much. Some other news. The FA have today launched an initiative aimed at addressing the knowledge gap around women's health in sport. Really important. And Wales women have also named Canada defender Rhiannon Wilkinson as their new manager on a 3-year deal. Wilkinson won 183 caps and won 2 Olympic bronze medals as a player. Second half at Coventry City about to get underway, but let's quickly pop back to the London Stadium. Mark Scott.
Half-time, West Ham 2, Brentford 1. The Hammers off to a flying start thanks to 2 very nicely taken goals from Jared Bowen, one that he teed himself up for and hit fiercely from just inside the box, in off the post, and then he opened up his body beautifully to side for the first time finish in as the ball came in from Sopal's cutback on the right. Just as it looked though it might be a battering for Brentford, Neil Maupay latched onto a fine Lewis Potter pass and then lofted it over the advancing Areola. Kudos got a bit lucky when he nudged over Reguilon in the box. Referee Simon Hooper though saw nothing in it, likewise VAR, and after that Paqueta twice passed up 2 decent chances. But after a very entertaining first 45, it's West Ham 2, Brentford 1.
Second half is underway in our commentary game at Coventry. Back to your commentary team of Clinton Morrison, but first, Ali Bruce Ball.
Thank you, Kelly. You just did exactly what I was doing in the first half, confusing Coventry and commentary, so I'm glad I'm not the only one. Second half is underway in this first FA Cup 5th round tie of the week on 5 Live, Sports Extra and BBC Sounds. Games available on BBC One and the iPlayer as well this week. Coventry leading Maidstone by 3-0. 4 divisions and 95 places between the teams. Coventry have taken some early chances. Their centre forward Ellis Sims has helped himself to a hat-trick, so we'll have to see what sort of response Maidstone United of the National League South have in this second half. About a minute of it gone. Coventry City in their famous sky blue shirts with a vertical stripe, light blue and white down the front, white numbers on their backs. They made a change at half-time actually. Callum O'Hare has come on for Hadji Wright. Mark Robbins made 6 changes from the team that lost 3-0 against Preston here on Friday night. But he certainly, Clinton Morrison, had the sort of performance that he would have demanded, I think, in this cup tie.
Yeah. He wanted the game to be over at half-time, and it probably is as a contest. He just don't want to pick up no injuries. As you said, they got a big game Friday. Probably resting right for that. I'm surprised O'Hare is coming on because he's Coventry's best player, in my eyes.
Yeah, Callum O'Hare is on. Missed the first 13 games of the season, 12 of those in the Championship, but since coming back into the first team already has 9 goals to his name. Short, stocky, long flowing black hair and heavily involved in the early stages of this second half. Coventry City have won a throw wide on the right. FA Cup winners 1987, one of the most famous FA Cup finals certainly of recent memory. The Keith Houchin diving header. Tottenham team that contained the likes of Chris Waddle and Clive Allen, of course, who scored all those goals that season, scored early in that cup final as well, Ozzy Ardiles. But Coventry won it by 3-2 in extra time, and they are playing for a place in their first quarter-final appearance since 2009, and they're leading Maidstone United by 3-0. And they're playing from left to right in this second half on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, and Jake Bidwell at left back is getting involved. O'Hare to Casey Palmer, who's been playing in the number 10 role in behind the striker Ellis Sims, wears number 45 on his back, the former Bristol City man, and he's certainly enjoyed himself getting on the ball in the game so far. Latif Baudier is a right back for Coventry. And at the moment, this second half, and we've had about 3.5 minutes of it, has just been Coventry very calmly keeping the ball, knocking it around, waiting for another opportunity.
Yeah, that's what they will have to be out. Just professional. They don't need to go and score another goal. They can play keep ball and to try and suck Maidstone out, and then the spaces will appear again.
Here is Sims, the hat-trick scorer, lays the ball off to the right to Bidwell. Play back into midfield. Corn gets a challenge in. Casey Palmer's onto it, edge of the box. Sims sticks a foot in. O'Hare shoots. And Coverland is able to make a save at his near post to prevent it becoming 4-0 early in the second half.
Yeah, it was good play. It was good link-up play between Sims and Bidwell. And then once O'Hare gets into that position, I was just surprised that the ball didn't find the back of the net.
So Lucas Covolan is Maidstone United's Brazilian goalkeeper. All in orange, drops the ball at his feet, clears downfield. Manny Duku leaps to win a header. He's beaten in the air, and the ball goes out for a throw into Maidstone, which they've taken quickly. Cipriano takes the throw, gets the ball back, knocks it into the shins of Liam Kelly, and it goes thumping out into the advertising hoardings for another throw to Maidstone United. And if Maidstone United are going to score a goal in this FA Cup tie, it's going to be at the wrong end of the ground for the
that's where you wanted them to score that end earlier to where all their fans are. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of it's not rubbish because they can sprint 100 yards to go and celebrate.
They're away to our right. The Maidstone fans in the amber and black, and the rest of the stadium, which is a sort of wraparound modern stadium itself, is decked out in the light blue seats. Something like 26,000, I think, in here this evening, and it's an occasion that Maidstone United, their players, will never forget, despite the fact they're on the wrong end of the scoreline at the moment. Attacking down the right-hand side is Rafe Brown. Plays the ball into midfield. Liam Sol finds Barclay Agipong. That is a fabulous ball to Cipriano. He looks for the little cut back to Reynolds. It almost runs to Cipriano again. He's tackled, and Maidstone win a corner. What a wonderful pass that was out to the left.
There's a great ball from Agipong. Cipriano has to do better. Just fizzed out across the 6-yard box, and you got Duku that's coming in at the back post. There's a great ball from Agipong.
Clinton Morrison, former Coventry City striker, top scorer, as I said at the start of the night, in both of his seasons here.
Thanks Al. I'll pay you later.
With us on 5 Live and BBC Sound, start of FA Cup 5th round week. Corns high, deep corner to the far post. Duku is up to try and win a header in the penalty area. Coventry hack it away. Short, stocky figure of O'Hare with the dark hair swept back, chases the ball out to the halfway line. Here's the Maidstone captain, Corn. Now it's worked down the left to Reynolds. Runner is Barclay Agipong. Wide on the left, back to Reynolds again. This is really good football from the non-league team. Movement off the ball, crisp passing. Can they turn it into a decent chance? Cipriano, though, is tackled by O'Hare. Sims plays it back. That's a loose pass. Sol plays it forward. Reynolds into the penalty area. Nice touch, shoots into the side netting. And that is half a chance for Maidstone early in the second half. Coventry 3, Maidstone United 0.
Yeah, Agipong's been their best player. He's neat and tidy in midfield. He's got a good little touch, good little flick there to Reynolds. And Reynolds just turned on the afterburners, and it was a tight angle, hit the side netting. But good start from Maidstone.
Coventry City have taken their goal kick quickly. Casey Palmer onto the ball in the centre circle. Back it comes to Latter Baudier, curling pass down the right, intercepted by Cipriano, who immediately launches it forward for Reynolds to chase. Dealt with quite comfortably by Bobby Thomas, and Coventry City will play out inside their own half, leading Maidstone United of the National League South by 3-0. Start of FA Cup 5th round week on 5 Live Sports Extra and BBC Sounds. Tomorrow night, the Alan Shearer derby, as loads have been calling it. You probably heard Alan on commentary in the League Cup final yesterday alongside John Murray and Ian Dennis. We've got Blackburn against Newcastle for you on 5 Live.
He'll be at that game, won't he?
Oh, he has to be.
Yep.
Contractually obliged. Barclay Agipong plays the ball back to Sol. Sol looking for the little 1-2 here. Couldn't quite get the pass back to him. Coventry will be dangerous on the counter. There's O'Hare outside of the right foot looking to get Sims away. Sims was running towards him and the pass is played beyond him, so he didn't have any chance of catching that. And Covolan, the Maidstone keeper, plays out to the left. Long ball down the middle of the pitch, headed away, loose inside the Coventry half. And Latter Baudier, former Manchester City player, goes chasing back, finds Liam Kelly. Kelly to the Dane Torp with a really beautifully measured pass down the left here to Bidwell. Maidstone players desperately chasing back. Cross comes in. Sims was lurking and looking for a 4th goal of the evening, but couldn't get onto the cross. And Covolan immediately slings the ball out to Liam Sol. Sol's pass intercepted. Maidstone United could be in trouble. Callum O'Hare, ball at his feet again, approaching the edge of their penalty area, plays it to Bidwell. Bidwell with another cross in. Header is high and easily caught by the goalkeeper Coverland. Coventry 3, Maidstone 0.
Yeah, it's a good ball, but it's just behind Casey Palmer, and he's just adjusting to get his neck muscles. He couldn't get enough of the power, and a comfortable save from Coverland. They look tired though, the front three of Maidstone. They look tired at the moment, so I don't know if they've got other attacking players on the pitch. In particular, started so brightly, but looks tired at the moment.
Yeah, there was a moment there as well when the wrong pass was played, and Manny Duku sort of threw a hand out, didn't he? And grumbled about it a little bit, and you know, Clinton, you'll know, centre forwards do that sometimes.
Oh yeah, you grumble when you're not, but I think it was the right. He was trying to go in behind. He should have showed up for Sol, so he could bounce it off him. So I think Sol was right, but I'm usually in a strikers union there. But
of course,
Joby. I've done it many times with Joby, but I always blame Joby. It's Joby's bad passing.
Joby really. McAnuff alongside.
Not really, Jobs.
Kelly Summers in the studio tonight. We'll probably be listening to that. Coventry City 3, Maidstone United 0. And Coventry comfortably in possession, working it down the right. Sims looking for the 1-2 with young Tavares, making only his 4th appearance of the season over on the right wing for Coventry. Header is one on the halfway line. Kelly was nearly caught in possession. There is Tavares looking for the 1-2 with Kelly. He's asking a lot of Tavares there. Covered at the back for Maidstone, and then a slice clearance out from the goalkeeper Coverland, and that'll be a throw in to Coventry. West Ham 2, Brentford 1 in the Monday Night Football in the Premier League thus far. Coventry's lineup: Ben Wilson in goal, Latibaudiere and Jake Bidwell are the 2 fullbacks, Bobby Thomas and Liam Kitching the 2 centre-backs. We've got some defending to do here because Duku is on the run, left-footed cross. I think he's done well for Maidstone there. Yeah, it's gone behind for a corner. Surely flag goes up on the far side and it will be a corner. Victor Torp and Liam Kelly, the 2 central midfielders. Fabio Tavares, Casey Palmer. Hadji Wright has been replaced at half-time by Callum O'Hare, and Ellis Sims, the hat-trick scoring centre forward, so no surprise if we hear from him post-match. And if we don't have time for that before we go off air with 5 Live Sport this evening, then you already know the place to go. It's the 5 Live Football Daily on the BBC Sounds app to hear all the post-match reaction. Corner comes in to the Coventry penalty area. Callum O'Hare scoops it away on the edge of the box. Maidstone United in their amber shirts, black shorts, black socks, attacking this goal away to our left. High cross, goalkeeper comes a long way for Coventry. Ben Wilson makes a very confident catch, holds on to the ball, was about to release that into midfield, and then gently bowls it out underarm, and Coventry can start to build from inside their own half. And Coventry fans, Clinton, I guess, can already start thinking about, right, who do we want in an FA Cup quarter final?
I know it's a hard one. Do you want to go? Do you want Man City here? Listen, we don't know.
You want to be here?
You want to be here? Yeah, I feel you want to be at home.
You want to be here.
I do think you want to be at home, but it just depends. Who you get. It's a difficult one. They will all be thinking about that for sure.
Ooh. Loose pass back here to the goalkeeper. Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant from Maidstone United's goalkeeper. 2 on-rushing challengers there. And Coverland, the Brazilian, dropped a shoulder, beat the sliding challenger Casey Palmer, dropped another shoulder, and took it past Ellis Sims as well. That got applause not just from the Maidstone United fans, but Coventry fans all around the ground.
That was beautiful. He can play. Yeah. He can play as well. Beautiful.
Well, doesn't surprise you at all, does it? Brazilian goalkeeper Lucas Coverland. Fabulous skills from him. He's conceded 3 times tonight. Long ball down the middle for Manny Duku, the giant centre forward to chase.
He's won a corner.
He's won a corner. That was a nothing ball, really, wasn't it?
It's brilliant from Duku. He's brilliant. He made a bad ball into a good ball, and that's what I'm saying. He's worked ever so hard. He's not had much service, but brilliant running. And that's what you'll get at non-league. They'll never give up. Never say die attitude.
Dutch centre forward, 31 years old.
He can still move like that at 31. I thought he was much younger than that.
Good strength and challenging from Manny Duku. Lucas Coverland, the Brazilians, their goalkeeper. I'll give you the rest of their lineup, just remind you of it. In this second half, Coventry leading Maidstone United by 3-0 on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. They've taken the corner short. That's a nothing cross, just floated gently to the edge of the box, headed away, and then thumped back by Sam Corn for Maidstone to his goalkeeper, who we know can play. Let's see what Coverland's got from deep, spraying passes to the right-hand side. That is a pinpoint pass as well.
Beautiful.
Worked well for Maidstone as they continue this attack down the right-hand side. Run being made, cross comes in, they've won themselves another corner. That was Sam Corn suddenly popping up over there. They're having a good little spell in the second half, early in the second half.
No, they are. As I said, they've grown into the game. Bit too little, too late, but fair play to them. Having really spirited in this second half. And that's what the manager would have probably said. Go and win the second half or don't lose the second half.
The manager, of course, George Elokobi, combative footballer himself in the Midlands, 7 years with Wolves. Corner for his team comes in, headed away. The ball bounces midway inside the Coventry half. Low pass goes out to the right from Liam Sol. Pass into the penalty area, doesn't find its target. So Coventry able to play away and out to the left-hand side. Maidstone just trying to put that pressure on, but Coventry are able to work it out. Back they come to their goalkeeper, Ben Wilson, and he side-foots a little pass to centre-back Bobby Thomas. Trots forward 5 or 6 yards, then decides there's nothing on there, so comes back to the goalkeeper again. Coventry 3, Maidstone United 0. Start of FA Cup 5th round week here with some fantastic commentaries coming your way over the next couple of nights. Long ball down the right-hand side. Chance here for Coventry. It's a miscued shot. Off balance, Fabio Tavares brought it down well initially. Sat up for him inside the penalty area, and then the defender Harry Cipriano just sensibly just sort of leant into him, knocked him off balance. Swing and a miss really with the ball, slice shot, and it goes behind for the goal kick. The attendance has just popped up on the big screen away to our right hand side above those Maidstone fans. Almost 5,000 of them enjoying this occasion tonight, and the attendance just under 27,000.
That's good Monday evening. Yeah, and they travelled in their numbers, the Maidstone fans.
Maidstone United then, here they come again, down the right-hand side, diagonal ball in towards the edge of the penalty area, little chest down from Dooku, lay off on the edge of the box, looking for Cipriano, who made the run forward. Barkley Agupong gets in with the challenge, nearly ran to him on the edge of the box. Now comes more danger for Maidstone. Callum O'Hare speeding forward, almost knocked off balance, plays the ball to Tavares. Tavares plays it across midfield, picked up by Palmer. Palmer to his right, finds O'Hare again. This looks ever so slightly dangerous for Maidstone. It's worked to the left-hand side. Kelly plays a little 1-2. Ball down the line from Bidwell is caught just down by the byline by O'Hare. Strong challenge on him. That's considered a foul by referee Michael Salisbury, so Coventry will get the free kick.
Greenwich doesn't have to make a foul there. This way he comes out of the areas and he makes the foul, and it's a stupid foul. Dangerous position. Doesn't need to. He's going away from goal, Callum O'Hare. Just jockey him.
So Coventry tried to take the quick free kick. The referee just wanted to get things sorted, so it stopped them from doing that, so they're going to reset and have another go. Maidstone United's team, just to rattle through that very quickly. Rafe Brown, Reece Greenwich we were just talking about, George Fowler, Harry Cipriano, Sam Corn's the captain, Sam Bone, Jacob Barkley, Agupong, Liam Sol, Lamar Reynolds and Manny Dooku make up the 11. On a night, despite the fact the result is not going their way, they will surely never ever forget. Here comes the free kick. That's dangerous. Whipped in with real pace at the near post, headed behind, and Coventry City have themselves a corner. So less than half an hour left in this cup tie. Coventry City leading Maidstone United by 3-0. The corner is taken short. It's the feet of O'Hare. O'Hare again on the turn on the edge of the penalty area. Maidstone managed to get a challenge in. Liam Kelly is there to mop up for Coventry. Then the ball is played out to the right-hand side to Latabodiere. Run being made on the outside by Tavares. You told me this as well, Clinton, at half-time when O'Hare came on. He is absolutely everywhere for Coventry.
He's like one
around,
of the busiest little footballers I've seen around. He's like he just enjoys football. He plays like it's his last game every time. You should see when he scores the celebrations as well. They're brilliant as well.
His manager, Mark Robbins, I absolutely love him. Here he is again.
Yeah, he's out of contract in the summer.
There's a little bit of Jack Grealish about him,
exactly.
Isn't there,
and he did come from Aston Villa's academy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Socks rolled down.
But I don't think they'll be able to keep him in the summer.
Right.
I don't think he's out of contract. I think they've offered a new deal and it's at a stalemate at the moment, so they might lose him. Burnley did want him before he picked up a big injury for 15 million.
Maidstone were trying to get out of their own half there. Here he is again, just talking about him. Callum O'Hare on the turn. Midfield partner Liam Kelly Plays to his left-hand side. Casey Palmer doesn't want to be outshone. Very creative first half for him for Coventry. And Coventry leading non-league Maidstone United by 3-0 in this FA Cup 5th round tie. And here they come again. Mark Robins demanding more, which in itself shows the respect to George Elokobi and his team. And Coventry knocking it around across the halfway line. Bidwell slides a pass down the left. There's Palmer again, who's popping up in all sorts of spaces. Receives the ball back, goes for the scything diagonal pass, intercepted. Little layoff and pull forward here for the chasing runner on the right-hand side for Maidstone, which was Liam Soul. Pass didn't reach him, and Coventry will start to rebuild inside their own half. And there he is again, the little fella, Callum O'Hare.
I bet he's had about 50 touches in the second half. He's always on the move, isn't he? And he always wants a touch of it.
Attacking down the right-hand side with Latabodiere. Fabio Tavares on the ball. Silky running from him, edge of the box, looking for a little 1-2. Stopped in his tracks. Lamar Reynolds able to bring it away. There's a loose touch in midfield. That could be a problem here. And the shot comes in. Curling effort, palmed away by Coverland. Casey Palmer with the strike. Side-footed curling effort from the edge of the box. Pretty comfortable save for the keeper.
Yeah, it was at the right height for Coverland. It was a good play from Thorpe, and he done ever so well. And he plays in Palmer, but it has to be low and hard there. It's a keeper's height save. 25
minutes to play. Clinton Morrison with us on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Tomorrow night, as I was saying, full commentary on this station of Blackburn against Newcastle. 8 o'clock kickoff on Sports Extra. Luton against Manchester City. Coventry waiting to make a change
triple
here.
Substitution
early in the second half. Triple change.
Godin, Eccles and Van Eck.
Okay, thank you, Clinton.
No worries.
3 players.
That's what we're here. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Thank you very much. Mobile phone lights being switched on by plenty of the Coventry fans around the stadium. Some of the Maidstone United fans are following suit as well. So Casey Palmer's number, I think, has gone up.
Yeah, Ellis Sims as well.
Ellis Sims, your hat-trick scorer, makes way for Coventry City 20 minutes into the second half. A night that he certainly won't forget. Took his chances brilliantly and is sending Coventry through to the FA Cup quarter-finals. Let's check in the Premier League. West Ham, Brentford, the game tonight. Here's Mark Scott.
6 minutes gone in the second half, and a chance for Brentford to get back level, with Ivan Toney flinging himself with a really good Lewis Potter cross, almost got on the end of it. And an interesting scene at the start of the second half, a squabble between Kevin Nolan and Neil Maupay, of course. Who else, as they emerged for the second period. We might hear more about that a bit later.
Hey, Kev's not backing down there, Kev Nolan. Good luck with that one, Neil Maupay. He winds people up, don't he, now? He does. He
can get
pantomime villain.
Opponent's skin, certainly can't he? Liam Soul on the ball for Maidstone. Coventry have made their triple change. They're leading Maidstone United by 3-0 at the start of this FA Cup 5th round week. Great skill from Soul. Ball didn't quite run for him. Latabodiere was able to nip in and make the tackle.
Yeah, I can think Maidstone now making a triple one.
Right, triple change coming for Maidstone United as well. In the meantime, players out on the field still trying to do the job, playing back into their own half. Goalkeeper Coverland just puts enough on the pass, knocked forward high into the Coventry half and thumped away from the back by Bobby Thomas. Ball is loose on the halfway line, then it's lobbed up in the air by Sam Corn. High ball. Dooku challenges for it. He's beaten in the air. Could be trouble for Maidstone this. Callum O'Hare running forward with the ball at his feet. Little flick pass with his right foot. Took a slight deflection and he was intercepted by Cipriano, the left back for Maidstone. O'Hare strong. Knocks Cipriano off the ball. Nearly makes his way into the Maidstone penalty area. Hurried clearance from Greenwich for the non-league team, and the ball again bounces into space on the right-hand side. Challenge comes in, and the throw-in the end goes to Maidstone in the left-back position. So triple change for Coventry.
Hoyt's
now
on.
we're going to get a triple change for Maidstone United. So Gavin Hoyt is going to come on for Rafe Brown.
Coventry fans clapping as well.
Yeah, Gavin Hoyt We mentioned at the start of the game, younger brother of Justin, former Arsenal defender. Former Arsenal man himself, of course, right at the start of his career. His last 12 years at Dagenham and Redbridge, Gillingham, Barnet and Eastleigh. And now in a 5th season here at Maidstone United. So he is going to see some of the action. Bivesh Gurung, who plays in central midfield, is also going to get on for Maidstone here in their amber shirts, black shorts, black socks, throw in for them in the left back position inside their own half, and they are trailing Coventry City by 3-0. And as you were saying at half time, Clinton, and I don't think it's showing them any disrespect at all, but just a win here is obviously hugely unlikely. A goal for Maidstone United, though, would be quite something.
I think even the Coventry fans would cheer. I feel.
Do you?
I actually do. I think they'd get a round of applause if they managed to score as well, because I just think the story that they've been on and the journey they've been on, they thoroughly deserve it. They've been brilliant, in particular in this second half as well.
Not even talked about the money that's going to be made from the entire cup run.
Oh, it should help the club massively.
Amazing, yeah.
So I mean, the story. This is the FA Cup. It's still the best for me. Just for the lower league teams, it's fantastic.
Stories like this one, in particular, should say, of course, I think we said it at the start of the commentary, no replays at this stage. So extra time and penalties possible at all the ties over the next couple of days, coming your way on 5 Live Sports Extra and BBC Sounds. Just 20 minutes of this cup tie remaining. Can Maidstone United get themselves a goal? Lots of changes have been made in the game. Latter Baudier plays back into his own half to Bobby Thomas, and Coventry starting to work the ball forward from midfield. Liam Kelly's pass is intercepted. Chasing forward is Manny Duku. Tireless chasing from him throughout the game. And Maidstone United have won themselves another throw wide on the right-hand side. Attacking position for them. So 5 Live's commentary tomorrow night. Blackburn against Newcastle. Bournemouth against Leicester kicks off at 7:30. We'll have reports on that one. You can watch it on the iPlayer if you're particularly interested in that game. Luton Manchester City in the FA Cup kicks off at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, and that'll be a commentary on Sports Extra. Mason attacking down the left with Zenelim, one of the substitutes. Still in space here on the left-hand side if they can find him. Ball played through the lines. Chance on the edge of the penalty area for Reynolds, who's ducking and diving. He's eventually tackled, and hurried clearance in the end. Goes out for a throw into Maidstone.
He's been lively, but you just get your shot away. Like, I think they're trying to score the perfect goal, Maidstone. Just get your shot away. Get your shot away. You never know, it could get a deflection and wrong foot the goalkeeper.
Coventry 3, Maidstone 0. Ball down the middle, flicked on by Barclay Agyapong. Lamar Reynolds couldn't bring it under control, and once again they find a little figure of Callum O'Hare unceremoniously dumped on his backside in the Maidstone half. But Coventry keep coming, attacking down the left, and of course O'Hare back on his feet straight away and looking to play a 1-2 with Bidwell. Ball comes back to Liam Kelly again. Coventry working it across the halfway line into the last 20 minutes of this cup tie. Coventry led it 3-0 at half time. Maidstone United offering a threat at times, but also have done that job since going behind early in this cup tie of staunching the flow and making sure it's not got embarrassing for them. It's got far more competitive ever since they went 2-0 down.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about it. Yeah.
Ball is played back by Latter Baudier. Good challenge. Sliding challenge to get it back to his goalkeeper. Quickly played out to centre-back Liam Kitching. Kitching trots forward to the halfway line. Maidstone trying to cut off all the spaces. Got to watch this little fella though, Callum O'Hare. O'Hare now pops up wide on the left-hand side. Back to Kelly. Kelly tries to spread play. Sweeping pass over to the right. Cross comes in early, low into that Maidstone penalty area. First time clearance is picked up by Latter Baudier. Touch from him. Plays a little 1-2, still just inside the Maidstone United half. And then the ball goes out in the end for a Coventry throw on the right. So just over 15 minutes to play here. I think we know who's winning this one. Coventry leading Maidstone by 3-0 in the FA Cup 5th round. What about the Premier League tonight? West Ham against Brentford, Mark Scott.
Just approaching the hour mark. Ali, West Ham still leading by 2-1. It's not been as action-packed a second period as the first half was, but Brentford inching their way back into things, and Reguilon's had an effort that was deflected narrowly wide. He was also a little bit fortunate not to pick up a second yellow for a hefty challenge on Souček. 60 minutes gone, West Ham 2, Brentford 1.
Thank you, Mark. 17 minutes to play then here in the FA Cup. First 5th round tie of the week on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Longer ball punted forward. Drops inside the Coventry half. Latibodier is there and able to turn. Plays back to his goalkeeper Ben Wilson. Wilson takes a couple of touches. Cross to his left to Kitching. Kitching's pass up the middle to you-know-who. Callum O'Hare. Little quick run from him, and then the pass play to the left-hand side, and Maidstone backpedaling here, defending to do. Shot comes in, and it's a comfortable one for Coverland to save. Has it covered at his near post and pats it down. So still remains Coventry 3, Maidstone 0, with all the changes made. Coventry boss Mark Robins not resting, of course, still barking out the instructions. Coventry looking to try and get themselves back into the Premier League if they can. Last time they were there back in 2001, so it's been a long time away, but also pushing here for a place in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and who knows beyond that, as former winners of the competition themselves. Powerful header forward into the Maidstone half. Greenwich takes control of the situation. Sam Bone plays back to his goalkeeper, now across to the skipper Corn, and over on the right hand side Hoyt stretches to try and control that pass, couldn't keep it in, and that's a throw in to Coventry, taken quickly. Drums beating all around us at the stadium, and Coventry on their way through to the FA Cup quarter-finals. As I said, the draw live on Wednesday night ahead of the game, so you hear it live on 5 Live as it's made. Coventry attacking down the right. Cross comes in towards the far post. Dealt with for now. Headed out to the edge of the box. Dipping right-footed effort. Very nearly spelt by the goalkeeper. Good strike from Josh Eccles. Hit it well on the bounce. Coverland's been busy in the last 10 minutes or so, and he's made the saves.
Yeah, he's been good, Coverland, this evening. I think the Casey Palmer one, he'd probably be disappointed with that, where Sims scored his hat-trick, but other than that, he's been comfortable in possession and made a few very good saves.
Yeah, he's done what's been required of him. Hasn't been able to keep absolutely everything out of the net, but I don't think he was at fault really for any of the goals for Coventry tonight. They're now looking for a fourth to rub salt into the wounds. O'Hare, number 10 for Coventry. Corner of the penalty area, rolls a pass across to his midfield partner Kelly. Back it comes again. O'Hare involved. Little half turn from him on the edge of the box. Goes out to the right hand side. Good defending though from Maidstone. Block comes in and it goes behind for a corner to Coventry. 14 minutes to play. Another change going to be made, I think.
Yeah, De Silva.
Jay De Silva, number 3 on his back. First season at the club, having joined from Bristol City. Now a Welsh international, actually. Former youth international with England. Part of the squad that won the Euros title as an under-19 back in 2017. He will now play his international football for Wales, and he will come on at left back for Jake Bidwell, who is warmly applauded as he stomps his way off the field. Gets a little high five from his manager Mark Robins, and his work is done for the evening. So Coventry attacking the goal away to our right. Still a wonderful picture that. All the amber and black away to our right of the almost 5,000 Maidstone United fans who've made the trip. Coventry attacking again here. O'Hare edge of the box. Thought he was going to release a shot. Another goal at West Ham, Mark Scott.
And probably game over now, and what a game for Jared Bowen, who has his first ever senior hat-trick too early on in the first half, and he's popped up here to head home after great work from Kudus, who put it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Nobody marking Bowen, and he planted the header beyond Flecken to perhaps finish off this game. West Ham 3, 3, Brentford 1.
Well, there we go then. 2 hat-tricks on the night. Ellis Sims here for Coventry City, who has been taking a rest for quite a while now. All 3 goals have gone to him. Coventry leading Maidstone by 3-0 in this FA Cup 5th round tie. And Jared Bowen with a hat-trick for West Ham, who lead Brentford by 3-1. There he is again, little Callum O'Hare playing the ball to his left-hand side. Maidstone players backpedaling. O'Hare into the penalty area, left-footed shot, drags it. Won't even go out for a goal kick that, but it will go out. And it took a deflection actually on the way through, so that will be a Coventry throw in an attacking position on the right-hand side. Next change is going to be made by Maidstone, and Riley Court is coming onto the field. A teenager, made his debut this season for Maidstone against Chippenham. So a real experience actually, Clinton, for him.
Yeah.
Going to get about 15 minutes of football here at Coventry.
I think it's good for the manager to make these substitutions and give people a taste of it. Like, it's a good experience, as we said earlier on. Not a lot of these boys are going to ever play here at this kind of level and standard in these stadiums, so it's good for them. Really good experience.
Throw in taken from the right. You know who, Callum O'Hare involved for Coventry. Clearance for Maidstone, takes a deflection, so that goes out for a throw-in the left-back position. Goals from Sims came in the 10th minute, the 14th minute and the 35th minute. Since then, Maidstone have very much held their own. Goalkeeper Coverland has made some saves in the second half, and that is the Maidstone United fans you can hear singing loud and proud now inside this stadium, despite the fact that this amazing FA Cup run is finally coming to an end. 7 wins to get themselves to this point, trailing Coventry City by 3-0, but still giving it absolutely everything. Garung intercepts a ball for Maidstone on the edge of his own penalty area. Ball eventually runs into the left back position to Azenalim, who clears. Clearance might even turn into a decent ball down the left to Chase there, but it's played back to the Coventry keeper Ben Wilson. Back to West Ham, Mark Scott.
Big chance for Brentford to get back to within a goal of West Ham. Reguilon advancing well on the left, clipped it in towards the 6-yard box. On Onyeka with a smart effort. Areola got down very well to tip it round the post. Midway through the second half, West Ham 3, Brentford 1.
4 goals in that game. Sounds like entertaining stuff. Plenty more entertaining FA Cup football on the way this week, as I've been saying. Wednesday night, Chelsea against Leeds, the commentary on 5 Live kicks off at 7:30. Nottingham Forest, Manchester United, you can actually watch on BBC One. Wayne Rooney will be part of the coverage there. Liverpool, Southampton, Sports Extra, 8 o'clock kickoff on Wednesday night, and then we'll be back into all the Premier League action at the weekend here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
That'll be a tasty one. Leeds-Chelsea.
Yeah.
It will be a tasty one.
Well, particularly seeing the reaction of Chelsea off the back of losing the final, I think, Clinton.
I don't think Leeds will go probably strong, isn't it? Because they want to get promoted to the Premier League. So.
Yeah. Big
game, though.
Big
rivalry.
Yeah,
well.
exactly what I was going to say. If you think Chelsea Leeds and you're going there to support that one as a Chelsea fan or a Leeds fan, you want full strength team.
And
you want your team
you want to
giving
go for it, don't
everything,
you?
don't you? You want to try and win the FA Cup, and if you're Leeds United, last team to do that outside the top division, West Ham, back in 1980. It's not happened since then. We're into the last 10 minutes of this one. Coventry City lead Maidstone United by 3-0. Referees spotted a foul there, a little push from Lamar Reynolds to concede the free kick. Coventry have taken that free kick from deep. They'll continue to play. Callum O'Hare has been a real joy to watch so far in the second half. Outside of his right foot, gets Coventry moving down the left-hand side, gets on the ball again on the corner of the penalty area. He's surrounded by those amber shirts of Maidstone United, but moves away from a whole clutch of them. Then the ball is cleared by Azenalim. Coventry come again. Coventry fans want a shot in here from the edge of the box. Bobby Thomas, the centre-back, didn't quite fancy that. Lamar Reynolds tries to control it inside his own half for Maidstone. He's tackled and the ball goes out for a throw. Maidstone boss George Elokobi looks like he's going to make another change late in this game. Into the last 10 minutes of it, Coventry City lead by 3-0. Long throw down the left. Ball bounces loose on the halfway line. Coventry are the ones to turn it around and bring the ball forward. Outside of the right foot pass, very nearly got Tavares in, but the offside flag goes up. And some Coventry fans around the stadium are going to head out early. Clinton, they think their team's made it through. I'm sure they're right about that.
Yeah, and beat the traffic. Can be a nightmare to get out of it. But me and you will be all right.
We're in the right car park.
Yeah, we're in the right car park. So it's a bit packed, but yeah, we'll get out.
Another goal at West Ham, Mark Scott.
And it's the pick of the bunch. Jared Bowen may have got a hat-trick, but Emerson has scored a goal of the month contender, maybe a goal of the season contender. Onyeka's headed clearance fell about 20 yards out, and he took one touch to steady himself, the Italian, and then sent a swerving arrow beyond Flecken and into the top corner of the net. It is a beauty of a strike. His first goal in over a year. It's well worth the wait. West Ham 4, Brentford 1.
Some performance from West Ham, it sounds, this evening. Coventry City have certainly done their job in this FA Cup tie, leading Maidstone by 3-0. Can Maidstone find themselves a goal? Attacking right down beneath us here. Cross comes into the Coventry penalty area, too close to the goalkeeper.
Next time I see Mark, I'm going to watch Emerson, and if it's not a goal of the season contender, I'm going to have to not speak to Mark for a couple of months.
Okay. Let's see then. Mark is not prone to exaggeration.
I know he's not. It's a good one.
I'm expecting a good one. I'm expecting a good one. Ball with Coventry City. They are heading through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup for the first time since 2009. Twice quarterfinalists since they famously won the cup back in 1987 under John Sillett and George Curtis. They got to the quarterfinals 1998. And lost on penalties to Sheffield United. 2009, they lost their quarter-final to Chelsea. But it's going to be a quarter-final for them this season. Approaching the last 5 minutes of the 90 here. Maidstone still chasing this ball around. Coventry moving it around very sweetly. Bobby Thomas just overruns that. And it's Garung who comes flying in with a meaty challenge. The ball spins loose inside the Coventry half. Liam Kelly's the player to take control, holding midfielder, done a very good job for the Sky Blues this evening, and Coventry City knocking the ball around again. That's a Baudier. Just strokes a little side-footed pass to his right to Thomas. Thomas plays it to O'Hare. O'Hare busy as ever, goes wide to the right, back into midfield. It comes. And Coventry have the ball on the halfway line, and Maidstone at the moment are chasing shadows late in this game. 5 minutes left in the cup tie. Coventry City 3, Maidstone United 0. Maidstone fans, of course, will remember I'm sure they remember all the games, all the wins in this cup run, but particularly Stevenage at home, third round, with the penalty that won them that cup tie. Defending for them to do here as Coventry break into their penalty area. Dealt with in the end by Maidstone. Tired clearance that looked like into midfield. Maidstone can't control that ball. Wolves and Coventry playing back into their own half. And of course the win that I saw at Ipswich at Portman Road, a couple of cracking goals they scored in that game as well. And tonight, just not to be. Coventry took control very early on, and here they come attacking down the right hand side. Low ball cut into the penalty area. Maidstone trying to get bodies around it. O'Hare very nearly got the shot away, and they just snuffed the danger out, Clinton.
Yeah, they did, to be fair. Van Eck done ever so well down that right-hand side, and O'Hare was just about to have a shot, but it's good defending again.
Right, Jacob Barkley-Agyepong is finally going to make way.
Very good tonight. I've been impressed with his performance. All action in midfield, but he impressed me massively.
Yeah, only joined Maidstone from Havant and Waterlooville late in December. Once of the Crystal Palace Academy. He was the player that won the penalty, actually, against Stevenage in the third round. That was stuck away by Sam Corn. And so he's going to get a late taste of the action in the fifth round here, with Coventry leading Maidstone by 3-0. Manager George Elokobi still urging his troops on to greater efforts. Their next action back in league football for them, Dover away on Saturday. So they need to be drinking all of this in. More defending to do. Trailing by 3-0. Might even concede a fourth. They do. Stuck into the back of the net by Fabio Tavares. Put through one-on-one. Made absolutely no mistake with the finish. And Coventry go sailing through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Coventry 4, Maidstone 0.
Yeah, it's a great little touch around the corner, and Tavares is in. And you're thinking, can he finish? Like, obviously, he's not a regular, so go make a point, and it's a good finish. He just dinks it over the goalkeeper. Fantastic finish. They don't deserve that, Maidstone, to concede in the second half because they've been competitive, but yeah, brilliant finish from Tavares.
It's livened the stadium up late on in the game. Coventry players in the sky blue shirts come trooping back towards the halfway line. Credit to the Maidstone players though, ball back on the centre circle immediately, heads up. Manager George Elokobi still asking for more in the late stages of the game. Well taken goal by Fabio Tavares, who has shown flashes this evening of talent, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's an exciting young player. He's got ability. It's going to take him time to break into that first 11, but all he can do is when he gets opportunities like tonight is shine, and that's what he's done this evening.
So, Maidstone United kick us off again. The famous FA Cup run is coming to an end, but what a fabulous achievement, a fabulous run it has been for Maidstone United. One of the highlights of the FA Cup this season. The ball is played back to Coventry's keeper Ben Wilson. Wilson chips it out to the left-hand side, playing inside their own half. O'Hare rolls it back into the left-back position, floated ball up towards the halfway line, chested down, pass slid down the left-hand side, but the pass is then overhit into the Maidstone United penalty area. Coverland, the goalkeeper in bright orange, picks it up, volleys it downfield onto the chest of Reynolds. Reynolds felt he was pushed in the back there by Bobby Thomas. Decision doesn't go Maidstone's way. Maidstone just got to be careful now that the concentration doesn't waver in the closing stages of this game. We're into the 90th minute of it. No doubt about the result. Never really was after Coventry scored a couple in the first 10 minutes. They now lead by 4-0. Miscued clearance. Ball is hoisted high in the air inside the Maidstone half, headed forward to the halfway line. All got a little bit scrappy and scruffy. Liam Kelly sorts it out for Coventry. Tries to get his man away down the right-hand side. 3 minutes of added time at the end of the cup tie. Ball has somehow stayed in play wide on the right, and of course, there he is again, O'Hare, trying to make it happen for Coventry in the hole behind the strikers. Maidstone bringing the ball away down the left. Can they find themselves a late goal in added time? Lamar Reynolds might have to do it on his own. He's overrun the ball. He's run it into Latabaudiere, who's just kept that in play.
The ball went out. I don't understand. Okay. Yeah, even George is going mad at the linesman. It's never been. The ball was still in. The ball had gone out of play. We're closest to it, Al.
Then a free kick goes against Azenalim, who's now on at left back for Maidstone, and Maidstone backpedaling and looking tired as Coventry players come pouring forward, all of them possibly trying to get on the score sheet at the end of the game. Maidstone clear up towards the halfway line. Coventry have it again on the right. 2.5 minutes remaining in the cup tie. Little back heel here into the Maidstone penalty area. Bodies in the way. Goalkeeper sprawling to his right, but another one is stuck into the back of the net by Fabio Tavares from close range. Coverland got down and made the save, looked up helplessly. Tavares sticks it in for Coventry's 5th of the night, his 2nd, and they go sailing through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Coventry 5, Maidstone 0.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Godin probably should have got his shot away, and it was kind of a scuffed, and Coverland, he kind of like flicked it, and Tavares was coming in at the back post, like all good strikers or wide men should be doing, puts it into the bottom of the net. But you got to credit, I know it's all been about Maidstone, but you got to credit Coventry because they've come here and it's been a professional performance from Coventry.
Yeah, no, they really have done a professional job on Maidstone United, and it feels cruel, particularly with the 2 late goals, but I think Mark Robbins will be absolutely delighted with the attitude shown and the football played, chasing promotion from the Championship to try and get back in the Premier League, but also keen for some glory in the FA Cup. And they are very clearly sailing their way into the quarter-finals. More games to come tomorrow and Wednesday night, as I've been detailing throughout the second half. All the reaction to this one in the Football Daily podcast, which you can find on the BBC Sounds app. So we've got about a minute to play here. Coventry leading Maidstone by 5-0, and those Coventry fans that remain, you can hear them loud and proud singing their team into the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. And here they come again, Coventry looking for a 6th, attacking down the left-hand side. Cross comes in. Oh, I thought that was going to be spilt by the goalkeeper. He's just grabbed it, Coverland, at the second attempt.
Yeah, he's trying to get his team to go forward, George, but they're tired. They've done so much defending in the second half. Must be out on their feet.
Yeah, it's been an incredible cup run. I can see the cameraman actually in close on the manager George Elokobi. Maidstone United's incredible run in the FA Cup this season comes to an end. A thumping win for Coventry City of the Championship, who showed their non-league opponents absolutely no mercy. Ellis Sims with a hat-trick in the first half. Fabio Tavares adding 2 late goals to give a final scoreline of Coventry 5, Maidstone United 0. But the Maidstone memories for those fans tonight, and for all their fans that have followed this cup adventure, they will last for a lifetime. The third round win against Stevenage, particularly the incredible win away to Ipswich in the fourth round, and in the end just overpowered by Coventry tonight.
Yeah, they were. Credit to Coventry, they showed their class and ability in the final third. It was all over after about 14 minutes. They were clinical with Sims and Casey Palmer, causing a lot of problems, but credit to Maidstone to get here to the last 16, Ali. It's been a great achievement from Maidstone, unbelievable. So their fans, George Elokobi, can go with their heads raised high.
Yeah, we drink it in at the end of the game here. Players sportingly shaking hands. I wonder whether, well, they won't be. I even wonder whether Coventry City's players almost apologising for knocking Maidstone out of the FA Cup, but they're ruthless professionals. They want to go as far as they can. And the sight we want to see is this one, looking away to our right, a packed away end. The Maidstone colours, the amber and black, waiting for their players, and the manager, George Elokobi, to go down and thank them.
He's there, look. George is clapping the Coventry fans. Look at him here.
You're right. He's going to deal with that.
He loves it, George does. He loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it. He's going to be a good manager, him,
You know what? He did this at Portman Road after the famous win in the fourth round, thanking the Coventry fans for their support tonight. But finally, he'll head down to his own fans. They've got so much to thank the Maidstone team for. What an adventure it's been for them in the FA Cup this season. Didn't have it tonight. It's Coventry who go through in the quarterfinals, but Maidstone have the memories. Coventry 5, Maidstone United 0.
Yeah, thank you, Ali. Thank you, Clinton. Football can be a cruel, cruel game, it feels like at times. But we spoke to George Elokobi on 5 Live Sport earlier today, Clinton, and we said to him, will you enjoy this? He said yes. There's still a half smile on his face, isn't there? He must be so proud.
Joby will tell you, George is a character, to be fair. He'll enjoy anything. I've just seen him doing a lap of the stadium. He was clapping the Coventry fans.
Was he clapping you, Clinton?
Yeah, maybe. Everyone claps me. But no, to be fair, his team have done him proud. To get to the last 16 of the FA Cup, there's a lot of big teams that have been knocked out, and they're in the Conference South. They've been outstanding. Huge credit must go to him, his team, and his fans that have turned up in their numbers on a Monday. It's brilliant. And there's not even any words you can say, Kelly, than well done. It's been a great achievement.
It sounds very loud there. Is that the Coventry fans? Who's doing the Olays? What's going on?
Who do you think?
It's both, actually, Kelly. Do you know what? It's a celebration all around the stadium.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's what I'm feeling from being here in the studio.
And the lovely thing here is Ellis Sims is going around with the match ball in his hands from the first half hat-trick. But it's sort of Coventry accepting the congratulations modestly, because they don't want to steal the show from Maidstone United, who've been thumped 5-0 tonight, but they're showing them that respect for the achievement they've shown. This is their 8th game in this competition. And as we were saying as well, Kelly, the big thing for them is as well, I know it's not all about the money, but goodness me, what this is going to do for Maidstone United Football Club, their efforts on the pitch, what it's going to do for the club as a whole and their development will be nothing short of sensational.
Yeah, absolutely sensational. And so far this evening, Mark Scott, West Ham have been sensational at the London Stadium. There's been another goal.
Well, Brentford are hoping that it's going to count. Johan Wissa, who's come off from the bench, has scored a really nice goal, but it's just a case of whether he made his run a touch too early, and if Kurt Zuma was playing him on. The lines are being drawn and the decision is onside, and the goal will stand. So Brentford have reduced the deficit to 4-2 courtesy of a really good finish from Johan Wissa. 7 minutes left to go, maybe still a good finish left in the game too.
Yes, we'll be back with Mark for more updates during the closing stages of that one. But back to Coventry City and Joby McAnuff. We focused there on the Maidstone journey, and rightly so. But Clinton and Ali in commentary, very complimentary about Coventry as well. A professional job from them tonight.
Yeah, and I think when you're going as an underdog, what you're hoping for is a little bit of complacency from one of the favourites, and maybe a team who's not quite approaching it in the right way from a mentality point of view. But, listening to the game and watching it, Coventry certainly came to do their business early on. Obviously got themselves into a 2-goal lead very, very quickly, and I've got to say overall this season Mark Robins has done a fantastic job. A lot of change in the summer. They lost some real key players, but he have up until recently had them on a really, really good run. And again, from their point of view, it's job well done, because they can be tricky games, Kelly. You know, I'm sure Clinton will back me up on this. When you've got a team from a lot lower down the pyramid, you know, you do turn up occasionally. It's hard not to maybe just slip into easy mode thinking you're just going to turn up, and we've seen what they've done on this run to this point, you know, and there might have been a little bit in that in terms of some of the games that they've won on the way here, but no sign at all from Coventry City. Got the job done, and in the end, you know, very, very comfortable winners on the night.
Yeah,
you know what, Kat, I'll always back Joby. He's 100% spot on. Well said, mate.
I was also going to add,
compliments tonight,
and I don't really know what's going on. It's making me feel really, really uneasy, to be honest. A championship team making the quarterfinals as well is something that should be celebrated and is a big achievement.
Yeah, and it's probably gone under the radar a little bit because obviously
Maidstone,
how well Maidstone have done, but you know, for them to have got to this stage again after what has been a disappointing start to their season, Coventry, but recent form has been incredibly good, and I think he'll be hoping he can couple that up with a good run in the league. They've shut up the table, you know, got themselves in and around those playoff places now, Coventry and Mark Robins, having got to, you know, the playoff final last year as well. So just seeing some lovely scenes here.
I was going to say, Ali, just talk us through what we are seeing in the studio here, because this is remarkable. Going back to this Maidstone story.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's team and fans coming together, and they've just taken a photo. Again, you know, you're talking about the memories lasting for a lifetime, but that's going to be something they can actually keep. It reminds me, I think the Newcastle players did it after the Sunderland win in the FA Cup. So what the Maidstone players have done, the whole squad, coaching staff, have lined up in front of the almost 5,000 Maidstone fans away to our right-hand side, and had that sort of team photo taken, all arm in arm with the fans all behind them, desperately craning to try and get themselves into that photo. And again, a bit like at Portman Road, I was there for that game when they won in the fourth round. They are savouring every single second of this. I think they've been beaten 5-0 and they're out of the FA Cup, but what an incredible run! And I think they want to stay out here for as long as they possibly can, because Clinton, for a lot of these players in this group, this sort of stage, this may well never happen again.
Yeah, quite a lot of them it may not happen again. So yeah, it's great. But George Elokobi, it will happen for him again. I think he'll go on and have a good managerial career. But I think some of these players, yeah, they're lapping it in, and fair play to them. The way they're going, I thought they would have won. They won tonight, the celebrations, but it's brilliant. It's lovely to see, and fair play to them. As I said, it's a great achievement to get to the last 16.
Yeah, this really does feel like the magic of the FA Cup. We've even seen their goalkeeper wearing a fetching yellow wig there.
Yeah, I think I could do some. I'm not going to dye my hair, but maybe I could do it. No, I think definitely in terms of, you know, they've lost tonight, but their victory, you know, they've won in terms of their run to get to this point. And again, you know, going back to that, they've beat, you know, Football League opposition in the 3 rounds prior to tonight, and all teams that were going really well in their respective leagues as well. You know, the one at Ipswich was a fantastic day, and you know, like has been spoken about already, they are players. I played against Maidstone, you know, towards the end of my career at Leyton Orient when they were in the National League, and you know, there are players that will never ever get this opportunity again, and it's about savouring it, making the most of it, and actually realising what you have actually achieved, because it's phenomenal. You know, we're going back to, I think, 78, 79. You know, the last team at this, you know, a lower ranked team has got to this stage of the FA Cup. It's the last 16 left out of every team in the country. You know, it's incredible, and every single member of that squad needs to take an awful lot of credit for what they've done.
Kelly, the difference between, because I've seen both games, obviously the win against Ipswich, and it seems an obvious thing to say, and the defeat tonight in the 5th round against Coventry, was Maidstone's goal against Ipswich in the first 10 minutes of the game lived a charmed life. Ipswich hit the post twice, and the goalkeeper, Kovalan, who's now wearing the wig, made a couple of excellent saves. I think if Ipswich had got themselves ahead in that game, like Coventry got themselves ahead in this game, it would have been very difficult for Maidstone to come back. They were able to get themselves into that game, find a footing, scored 2 incredible goals, and saw their way through. Whereas tonight, Coventry, Mark Robins sent them out, made 6 changes to the team, but demanded a professional performance, really got the early goals, and they never looked back.
Joby, the big question, George Elokobi, You sent him a text beforehand, but he failed to mention that when I asked him if he'd had any messages from famous faces. Are you going to be texting him after, or is that snub done you? You're over?
No, listen, I've always got time for George. Probably more time for George than Clinton, actually, because all he does is try and take the mick out of us, Kelly.
He's been on his best behaviour tonight. I don't know who's been in his ear telling him. Thank you so much, guys. Ali, Clinton, not the result that Maidstone wanted tonight, but a professional performance from Coventry. And Clinton, we haven't even mentioned, Joby and I saw the clip of you on the 5 Live Sports social media. That outfit, mate.
What outfit?
The red hat.
The red hoodie and the red jump. Yeah, come on. Oh, it's stylish. Come on. You don't know.
I think the term "at your age" was mentioned in the studio.
We can't all be boring, Jones. You know me. I've never been boring. I've always been a flash guy out there. Come on,
that's me. That to Kelly.
Exactly. You know me for years.
I've also just had some bad news in where I thought that was my goodbye to Clinton, but he's actually staying with us for a little bit longer. So on that insult, don't go anywhere, please. We need you for the next 10 minutes or so.
Okay,
but let's head back to the London Stadium.